Sorry, guys.
You
We
all
got.
right?
I don't know what happened. Got a little trigger happy with the end button or something. Not really sure. Not really sure what happened.
No, I can explain that one. I've got like 8 different tabs open here trying to make this work for everybody, and my computer's a little on the dinosaur side.
All right, we have. Let's see. I guess we're back in now. That's good.
Yeah, we're back. We're back.
Oh, sorry.
First time live streaming, little issues.
Some technical difficulties, but that's all right. We're back in.
What makes it worse is they don't give you the actual, like the stop button. You don't have no choice. If you hit it, you're stopping. It ain't gonna say, "Are you sure?" The pick is in, boys. Who is it?
Pick is in. It's gonna be the Fernando Mendoza.
Somebody said, "Who's going number one?"
Yeah.
I can't say who's. I can't see who said it. I can only see. Yeah, first.
Well, you can't
who
see it
said I
because you
was
ended the
first?
stream, guy.
No, I can see it. It just all I'm seeing is Davis Watson's comments.
I think you're gonna have
see
to.
it.
I think you may have to open back up into the YouTube live stream again, because
Yeah,
when
I get
Cole
that.
killed the first one, that was it. You got to reopen the tab. Compared to Drew Bledsoe over here, Mendoza is.
Drew Bledsoe is a wild comp. For the number one overall pick, though, like Drew Bledsoe like that? Was he like that? For real?
Um, I don't know. That's a good question. I'd have to dig
I don't
in.
know if he was. I mean, he got his job taken by a Mr.
Six
Irrelevant,
rounder.
last overall pick. I didn't know Tom Brady. He had a pretty good career though.
Tom,
He's
Tom
pretty
Yeah, that
Brady's
solid.
worked
trying
out
to be
for
pretty
him.
He's
good.
pretty solid in the pros.
Tom Brady's trying to be good or what? What happened there? What happened to that guy?
He's pretty solid. He
All
ended up having
right.
a pretty good career.
Kamish is walking to the
All
stage.
right, pick is in. Let's see. Here it is.
Somebody
Somebody
play
turn
that
up the
audio so I
volume.
can hear it.
With the first pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, the Las Vegas Raiders select Fernando Mendoza, quarterback, Indiana.
Fernando
Wow.
Mendoza.
Well, that went just about as everybody expected. Gabe gets the breakdown on the freaking Oakland Raiders here, man.
Yeah, so I'll give you a quick breakdown of the Oakland Raiders. So Fernando Mendoza, no surprise there. Pretty obvious pick, but
1 second before we start. Isn't it the Las Vegas Raiders now?
what did I say? Oakland Raiders.
I said Oakland, and you said Oakland.
Sorry,
the
We're off to a
Vegas
rip roaring
Raiders.
the
start.
Vegas, the Vegas Raiders. The Vegas Raiders. So here's some of the key acquisitions they had in the offseason. They added quarterback Kirk Cousins. He's pretty solid. Good little journeyman quarterback at this point. Had some good years in
He'll
Minnesota and
never
Atlanta.
play.
Added Connor Hayward from the Pittsburgh Steelers. Wide receiver Jalen Naylor had some years at the Vikings. Biggest acquisition, though, like we talked about a few minutes ago, was the center, Tyler Linbaum. Top 5 center in the NFL last year, according to Pro Football
Yep.
Focus. So really, really good player to kind of shore up the O-line there to protect Mendoza. And if you look at some of the weapons they have actually on offense, especially in fantasy, you'll have Ashton Genty, who's ranked as the running back 7 this year, and fantasy PPR. Brock Bowers ranked as tight end 2. That's pretty good. Then you have Trey Tucker at receiver 64, the only receiver on that team really since Jacoby Myers got traded to Jacksonville. You got Trey Tucker, wide receiver 64, and then Jack Beck, who wasn't even ranked in the
Yeah.
fantasy football PPR rankings according to ESPN. But Mendoza, it's a pretty. I mean, I don't say a lock like his in terms of being a superstar quarterback, but got to build around somebody. They needed a quarterback, so I think it's a good pick for them.
I think that's really
He's gonna-
interesting that Kirk Cousins is his backup whenever they're basically like the same person. I see,
Yeah.
like when I see Fernando Mendoza play, all I see is Kirk Cousins running around back
The
there.
player
That's
comp-
all I see.
The player comp they have for Fernando Mendoza is Matt Ryan, according to
All right.
CBS. And he's the traits they have for him: whiteboard maestro, needle threader, and the clutch gene.
Needle
You know,
threader. What an
you know,
Needle
interesting way to
threader.
that
describe it.
sounds like a gym rat. Sounds like the first guy in, last to leave kind of guy.
So you
Sneaky
want.
Yeah,
athletic.
exactly. Cerebral pocket passer. Yeah.
Let's ask this question just right off the jump, though, Gabe. Is Mendoza going to be better than Geno Smith last year as a rookie?
That's a good question. I really don't know.
Because
It's
if he's not,
I don't
none
know.
of these players that you're talking about in fantasy have any relevance except for maybe Brock Bowers.
So
They
we
got
got
to
2 minutes
draft a
till the
receiver.
Jets pick. Who? The Raiders?
Yeah,
Who are
later
you talking
on
about?
because the
Oh yeah,
Raiders.
later on, yeah. Oh, Jets pick is in. Who's it gonna be? Who's it gonna be? I got Arvell Reese.
I've also got Arvell Reese.
I've got David Bailey. I think the Jets go safe here.
David Bailey. What's not safe about
Yeah,
Arvell Reese? Arvell Reese is 20 years old. I mean, he by the time his rookie deal's over, he'll be 25. I mean, that's seems pretty safe to
I
me.
think
But you think David Bailey's better?
I don't think he's better. I think Arvell Reese's ceiling is higher. I think the Jets are just they're gonna go with a safe pick here.
Jets are just gonna
A
jet.
good, yeah, pretty much. I didn't know how else to say it besides Jets are gonna jet. So
The Jets drama is going to make sure they pick somebody else to go against their.
hey, but right now, boys, I am 1 for 1, 1 for 1 on my
Yeah.
picks.
Would
It's
you
all
believe
right.
if I said I was
Well,
too?
Yeah, picks already
CBS
in.
is giving CBS is giving Mendoza the A plus or A pick. They're giving him a grade A for that one.
Jeez.
I see that. It's a no-brainer. Mike Renner says it's a no-brainer. So, yeah, Britton, make sure to play that sound so I can hear it, man. 'Cause I can't have no idea what's going on. I'm just rolling with what CBS is,
Yeah.
whatever their
I'm
website
a, I'm a,
updates.
yep. I'm gonna pull it up when he starts walking to the stage. He's not on the stage yet. So we got Arvell Reese or David Bailey. We'll see who's rolling.
I would be shocked if it's. I mean, I feel like that David Bailey talk is all smoke. I feel like that's just trying to throw them off the scent of them wanting Arvell Reese.
I do too. I think it's all smoke too.
But who do you
Yeah.
have to smoke out?
That's another great point.
Yeah, nobody's trading up for him. I mean, you got the number 2 pick. You get whoever you want. All right, he's walking on the stage. I'm about to turn it up, boys.
See what we got here.
All right, turn it up. Let's see who he picks. Oh, let's see who they
Second pick
get.
in the 2026 NFL Draft, the New York Jets select David Bailey.
Oh, yeah, they did.
Britton Flowers is on a roll. He's
Hey.
2 for
Red
2.
Flowers, two
2
for
for
two.
2, baby.
Wow. So let's go into the Jets here. Obviously, the Jets had second pick. Jets went 3-14 last year. So how could that happen? Well, I'll tell you how it happened. They didn't have a single interception last year on the defensive side of the ball.
Yeah, it's not good.
Not only that, they were 31st ranked in total touchdowns allowed and with 57 passing touchdowns, 31st in sacks, and they were just all around terrible. They let up the most passing touchdowns. They were 32nd in fantasy defense. Okay, so obviously with Aaron Glenn being the defensive guru that he is, that's not going to fly. So the Jets have completely gone into rebuild mode. Not necessarily rebuild mode. They're trying to restock and retool as fast as possible. So what they've done is they traded for Minka Fitzpatrick in the offseason. They signed Demario Davis. They've signed Joseph Sassai. They signed David Onyemata from the Falcons, and they've signed Nashawn Wright at corner. They needed a quarterback, obviously, so they went ahead and traded for Geno Smith. Now, here's where it gets sticky. They have the 16th pick in the draft. So what's most likely, what I think is going to be happening with Geno Smith here is he's going to be a bridge quarterback the next year. And that puts Ty Simpson in a very bad situation because the Jets are going to be one of those guys that could possibly get picked up. So, obviously, the fantasy impact on this, you can't really get much worse than 32nd. You can only hope to go up. You can only hope to go up from there. They're hoping David Bailey can bring that impact a little bit on the defensive side of the ball. So, it's very exciting and something to look forward to with how solid or how stabilizing Demario Davis can be for a defense with his veteran leadership and his athletic ability. I think that they're going to take a huge stride in year 2 under Aaron Glenn with Demario Davis there and Minkah Fitzpatrick and all those guys. So they've also had changes in their coaching staff. Aaron Glenn's going to be calling the plays this year. Frank Wright's the new offensive coordinator. And let's see. My hot take for the Jets here, they're going to get to 8. They're going to get to 8 wins.
8 wins, huh?
So FanDuel has the Jets currently sitting at over under 5.5. You're going 8.
I'm going to go 8.
Wow.
I think that's a lot of improvement on the defensive side of the ball. I really do.
Hey, CBS giving that pick a C- for the Jets. Hey, Jets are gonna jet, man. The Jets are gonna jet. C-.
I can't believe they
So,
did it.
so a little bit about the Jets here. I mean, just fantasy wise, they franchise tagged Breece Hall. So I got him on basically a 1-year deal.
Yeah,
He's ranked
1 year.
running back 14. Y'all think he goes higher or lower running back 14?
Next year,
Yeah.
he's going to go lower than running back 16, I think.
No,
Breece
14.
Hall?
14. Breece Hall. He's a running back 14.
Yeah, I think he's going to go. I think 1, he's going to have a hard time staying healthy, and then 2, he will not be as productive. He's getting older. I'm going higher than 14. Got to get my words
All
right.
right. What about Garrett Wilson at wide receiver 12?
I think he'll stay right in that range
With
of
Geno.
11 and 13.
Yeah, I mean it's hard because he missed most of last year, but he had 400 yards in the games he played. How many games did he miss last year? Like what, 10? At least.
A lot. A lot.
So
He missed a lot of games.
I think if he can stay healthy, he can be a top 15 receiver. Top 12 is
Yeah.
stout with Geno Smith as your quarterback. So I'd probably
Yeah.
go lower or higher. Sorry, I'd go
Yeah,
higher than 12.
they've also got Adonai. They've also got Adonai Mitchell there is ranked at wide receiver 65. I think he finishes lower than that. I think he definitely
I
is
think he finishes
better than wide receiver 65, especially with John Mechie gone, and then Mason Taylor at
agree.
tight end 22 according to the rankings. I don't really know about Mason Taylor there. I don't know what their plan is for him, to be honest. Oh, pick is in. All right, who are the Cardinals taking? I mean, I have to go back Arvell Reese. That's not who I have. I have David Bailey, but I'm pretty
Yeah,
positive
I
they're
did
going to
too.
take Arvell
I did
Reese.
too. I did too.
So
Arvell Reese seems
this
like
was-
the perfect pick for the Cardinals. He seems like he fit the
Yeah,
Cardinals good.
This was my team to dive into, and it's going to be like I really thought, I thought they would go back and try to get a trade back into the first round, but I don't think there was any suitors for them to jump from 3 and go further back in the draft to try to get the offensive tackle quarterback combo. So I think they're stuck at 3. I think they're going to go Arvell Reese here, which is a good pick for them because I was looking at the numbers for last year. They were the 3rd worst in sacks, so this will provide a much needed edge rusher for the Cardinals.
Forgot to give go ahead, Brent. Sorry.
No, you got it. I didn't have anything to say. You're good.
Oh, okay. Arvell Reese. They got his pro comp as Vic Beasley. Used to play for the Falcons.
I'll take that.
Good for 1 year and then disappears nowhere after that. Looks like a Hall of Fame talent in year 1, disappears.
They got him his traits as lightning bolt, tag champion, which I guess means like maybe good with his hands and fast, and stock up, which I don't know what that means, but apparently he's a really impressive athlete. But they got him as a picks in. We got Cardinals pick.
The Arizona Cardinals fans standing in anticipation.
With the 3rd pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, the Arizona Cardinals select Jeremiah Love.
Oh, wow.
Oh no! No!
Wow.
Hurts. That shit shakes
Wow.
everything
Really
up.
did it. We had heard
No.
speculation over the last few
That
weeks that
shakes
this would be the
everything up.
selection. And
Wow.
there it is.
Wow.
What a
Oh, that
special
hurts.
season.
That hurts me. I
Jeremiah
wanted him
Love
so
Wow.
bad.
over 1,600
I'm gonna be
yards,
honest with
a
you.
total offense
I
record, 21
hate that pick.
touchdowns, a unanimous
That's a
all-time
terrible
I'm not a fan
pick.
of it either.
James
That's a bad
Terrible
Conner,
pick.
Yeah.
Ty Algier. That's a They have two running backs there. What is that? Why would you
Yeah.
pick Jeremiah Love? That's a terrible pick, I think.
Because
That's,
they're waiting
but
on
hey,
James Conner to twist that ankle like he
Hey.
always does in the first three
Hey.
games.
let's go Titans. Arvell Reese, he's there.
Nah,
Take it.
they're gonna go Sonny Styles, bro.
Dude, this is gone.
So let me
Either
let
one.
me touch fantasy here for just a second for the Cardinals real quick. You already mentioned it. They had C plus on the grade, by the way. You already
C
mentioned it a
plus.
little bit. Yeah, it's terrible. You mentioned it a little bit earlier, but some key additions in free agency this year. Tyler Algier is one of my favorite signings in the offseason. Quietly, it's been a while since we've seen him by himself without Bijan, but his rookie season, the first year without Bijan, he had 1,035 yards rushing, 4.9 yards per carry, 3 touchdowns, 139 yards receiving, and a touchdown. So I think there's a lot of upside for Tyler Algier this season. I was really hoping that they would get an offensive lineman to try to solidify their ability to run the ball and protect their, hopefully, Ty Simpson franchise quarterback. But Algier to me is one of the sneakiest signings of the offseason. So I really like that signing. Gabe, what do they have him listed at fantasy rankings for early 2026?
So you done, Bryn, with the update for the Cardinals?
Yeah.
So I've got a player comp for Jeremiah Love. They're giving him the player comp Jahmyr Gibbs, prospect grade 96 out of 100 according to CBS. So, I mean, very good player. Just doesn't really make sense for what the Cardinals needed. The Cardinals need a lot of help on defense, and unless they're going to put Jeremiah Love out at defensive end, I mean, maybe that's their plan. I have no idea, but just for all the things they needed, Jeremiah Love was not it. But quarterback, offensive tackle, interior lineman, and then running back was fourth in their needs list. Hey, I don't make millions like their GM, so who am I to disagree?
I have a feeling this is a potential posture for a trade of some sort. I mean, there's no way they're intending on drafting Jeremiah Love third and having James Conner start next year. There's no way. That would be a terrible decision. That's why the grade probably got a C plus. Gabe, Britton asked you to look up Tyler Algier's early fantasy outlook for 2026, what his ranking was. Do you have that?
Thank you.
Oh yeah. Running back 43. Sorry,
I think
you
he
cut out
finishes
there
higher
for a
than
second. I didn't hear
43.
you.
Well, actually, he won't finish higher than 43 now, or lower than 43 now with Jeremiah Love coming in. But that was one of my favorite.
They got
signings.
James Conner. They got James Conner at running back 29. So, I mean,
higher. Hammer that higher.
Well, with Jeremiah Love coming there now, you're going to hammer that RB. We just drafted a dude third overall.
Pick is in for the
James
Titans.
Conner is going.
I'm
Oh,
saying
pick is in.
James
All right.
Conner's higher, like 50, 60.
Oh, I got you. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Titans pick is in. I mean, that's what I was talking about. Like, I mean, I don't know. I guess Arvell Reese. I'm lost. I have my mock draft is so cooked. Like, I have no clue who they're going to take here.
It's going to be
The
Sonny
Titans,
Styles.
this is a good opportunity for them. They can get a receiver here. They can pick any receiver they
Oh
want.
heck no, dude. We got Wanda Robinson. No, they're going.
Wanda
I think they're going
Robinson.
defense now. Yeah,
I
they're
think
going
they go
defense for sure.
I think they go Sonny Styles
Yeah.
here. He's like the Fred Warner comp. That's who Salah
Yeah.
likes. That's who I see them going with it for. Which then it becomes interesting because how far does Arvell Reese actually slide? You know what I mean?
I mean, yeah,
'Cause then
that's
somebody
true.
may
That's
try to
crazy.
trade up and go get him. So
Yeah.
it's going to be interesting to see how that plays out.
Yeah, I'm
Also,
very
they changed
surprised
the
by that.
format this year. They're going 8 minutes on the clock instead of 10 minutes, and I've got like 2 pages worth of Arizona Cardinals notes, and I might have gotten halfway down the first page, but that's all right. Side note: before this pick is in, he's walking to the stage. Kendrick Bourne signed with Arizona as well, so they've got Michael Wilson, Marvin Harrison Jr., and Kendrick Bourne, who had 2 games back-to-back last season with 140-plus yards in a game. So, as a number 3 option, that's a pretty big signing there.
So make sure to hit that sound for me.
Yeah, he's not walking out yet.
Oh, I thought you said
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
out.
No. All right, Titans, don't let me down, man. Give me a good pick here. Give me a.
I would-
Yeah, they're definitely.
You guys, I mean, Arvell Reese would be a major win right here for you guys. You're talking about the second potential best player in the draft, following the 4. Potential steal right here for you guys.
All right. I guess this. Oh, yeah, here it comes. Here it comes.
Tennessee goes. We'll find out in a moment. Here he is, the commissioner, Roger Goodell, making his way to the podium to announce selection number 4.
Here we go.
With the 4th pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, the Tennessee Titans select Carnell Tate. wide receiver,
Holy
Ohio
crap.
State.
No.
Wow.
Why?
I told you, any receivers on the board. Any receivers on the board.
Wow.
I have no words. I literally that is. I'm mad. Why would you sign a guy to a $17 million deal and Wan'Dale Robinson to draft Carnell Tate when? Why?
They're trying
You could have
to make
traded
sure-
back. Oh, that's
Yeah,
Because nobody's ever said, "Hey, watch out for Wan'Dale Robinson."
that is true.
Oh man, I don't know. A B. They're giving them a B for that. Let me go into the Titans here. I mean,
Better great than love.
yeah.
yeah, that's
so
true.
so the Titans needed. They needed an interior offensive lineman, a linebacker, an edge rusher, a cornerback, or a safety, and we just picked a wide receiver. So that whatever. Yeah, some additions they made. I honestly don't even want to like. So aggravated that I don't even want to go
He's
into like
sick.
any of the acquisitions we made. Wan'Dale Robinson ranked ESPN wide receiver 41 this year. We signed Michael Carter. Got KJ Osborne from the. I mean, who knows where KJ Osborne was last year? Signed Daniel Bellinger. Don't really have
He's
any
sick.
offensive linemen. Like, well, I mean, let's talk fantasy football for the Tennessee Titans. Cam Ward, quarterback 23 ranked. Tony Pollard, RB 25. Calvin Ridley, wide receiver 37. Yeah, he's still alive. He's still there. You wouldn't know, considering we just drafted Carnell Tate at 4th overall with the best linebacker I've seen since Ray Lewis on the board. Wan'Dale Robinson, wide receiver 41. Gunnar Helm, tight end 24. I mean, so many things I could say about the Tennessee Titans.
The Giants pick is already in.
The first thing I'll just say is disappointment. I mean, yeah, dude. The Giants just were like these idiots just took a Carnell Tate. I mean, we're about to draft the best linebacker in.
You think they go linebacker here?
Dude, I'll give you guys my input on the Giants here after this pick is in. But
Who y'all going with right
everything. It's throwing everything off for a little.
Early crash out is correct. Sonny Styles? I mean, I have no idea. I mean, yeah, I'm sick. I don't even.
I was
so excited for the season.
I was
I'm a little bit down now.
Right here. I was surefire sold right here
That
the Giants were going to pick Caleb Downs.
Yeah, I was too.
Now, I'm leaning Arvell Reese.
No, I don't
have
think they
no
draft. They're going to
idea.
draft Sonny Styles. They've got Kayvon Thibodeau and Brian Burns still on the team. I think they're not going to get an edge rusher. They're going to go Sonny Styles.
On
And
the
they're going to
team.
be.
I don't think he's on that team anymore. I don't think. I think maybe.
No, he's on there.
Is he gone?
He's on there. No, he's on there.
Yeah, I think he's still there. I don't. They're going to. I think Sonny Styles.
This is where it gets. This is where it gets interesting. Though. So, with Harbaugh coming in, John Harbaugh's coming in. He liked Kyle Hamilton a lot with the Ravens. Caleb Downs is that would be my comp. Caleb Downs is Kyle.
Hey, Cole, can you give me 1 second? All right. Here's your player comp for Carnell Tate. Are you ready? Corey
Devontae
Davis.
Oh,
A former
oh.
Corey Davis, former Tennessee Titan draft bust. in the first round, Corey
Great
Davis.
pick. That's a great pick.
Player
Good safe
traits. Venus flytrap. I guess that means he has good hands. Technician. I guess he's good route runner. Smooth operator. Projected the 8th overall pick to the Saints. We took him at 4.
Yeah.
Good player comp. Corey Davis. I think they nailed it. To be honest.
You're having a Frank the Tank level kind of meltdown here with this pick.
Yeah, he's heated.
We're still talking about
I'm doing a good job maintaining my emotion because that is one of the dumbest picks. I mean, this dude better be Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson, like ceiling to be drafted at 4th overall with the players they have out there.
Do you know what I would do for the Saints to pick a receiver for once? Just for
It ain't
once.
gonna happen.
Oh, Kansas City just traded up to 6.
Oh my!
Oh,
Here
yeah,
we go,
because why
boys.
wouldn't they? Why wouldn't they for what the Titans just did? Why wouldn't they
Here
trade
we
up?
go.
I got Sonny Styles for the Giants though. I think it's pretty obvious. It says they need a linebacker. I know it says they need a defensive lineman, corner, or maybe an interior line, but I mean Sonny Styles I think is the best player still available.
I wouldn't say Sonny Styles yet. I would say Arvell Reese. They just signed Tremaine Edmonds to play linebacker this year. So
No, I think they go. I think they may go what you said, Cole. I think they may stick at
Caleb Downs.
Caleb Downs, and then I think the Kansas City Chiefs just traded up to get Arvell Reese at the edge position. Unless they think they're about to make a run at receiver. You think Kansas City thinks that receivers are about to start rolling off the board?
Good. I would not want to. I would if I was the Giants. I would not draft a receiver right now. With all these defenses.
The Chiefs are about to get a D lineman. They're going to lose Chris Jones soon, probably. So I think after Arvell Reese fell this far, Ruben Bain's still out there.
I think they go get Arvell Reese if the Giants don't take him right here.
Yeah.
Which is
think so,
crazy.
too.
Like that's crazy.
They still haven't announced the Giants pick yet.
No,
No,
I wonder if
it's-
they're trading that out too.
No, it's commercial. Theirs on commercial, I think.
Browns are trading 6 to Kansas City, which is cool because I have Kansas City and the Browns, so I can do either one of them. We're good.
I mean, so let me go back to this pick. Where does Cornell Tate finish in terms of fantasy football next year? I mean, is he in the top 25? Is he outside the top 25? I mean, where does he even? Where
He's
does
not
he
even going to be
finish?
the best receiver on the Tennessee Titans next year.
Yes, he will. Yes, he will.
No, he won't.
Yes, he will.
Wandale,
He's
baby.
he's a great player. Man. He's
Wandale
very
Robinson,
talented.
son.
I'll tell you what. He didn't win the Biletnikoff, though, and that kind of scares me.
Can somebody give me the trade details for the Chiefs? Do y'all know it? Y'all have it up?
I'm trying to find it. I haven't been able to find it yet.
I don't have it. I might have it. Hold on, I might have it right here. Let's see.
I think they're about to announce the pick though.
No, it just says from Cleveland.
I think
Yeah.
they're about to. Goodell's on the stage now.
Yeah, I got it. Here we go.
Here comes the Commissioner, Roger Goodell, to make the announcement. We can see he's brought some special guests along to help him do it.
Is this too loud?
In partnership with the Tragedy Assistance Program for Survivors, TAPS, one of the NFL's Salute to Service partners, we are honored to recognize the surviving family of United States Army Major Paul C. Volke.
Clap it up. Clap it up.
Major Volke sustained tragic fatal injuries while deployed in Afghanistan. He is survived by his spouse, Tracy, and their 2 sons, Andrew and Benjamin. Major Volke was raised in the Hudson Valley and was a lifelong fan of the New York Giants, a tradition he proudly passed on to his sons. Volke family, take it away.
With the 5th overall pick of the 2026 NFL Draft, the New York Football Giants select Arvell Reese, linebacker
Wow.
from the Ohio State University.
Wow.
I finally know ball. I got that one. Well, I didn't get it right. I got that.
At number 5 overall,
after
that
the
is the
trade,
highest
after
pick any John Harbaugh team.
massacre that just
I'm gonna
happened.
tell you right now, every single mock draft I've seen is shattered at this point.
Oh.
Like
I
absolutely
shattered it at 4. Just
Yeah.
blew up, dude.
Dude, insane. Well, let's talk about the Giants. Let's talk about the
So,
Giants here.
hey, real quick, because they're going to go rapid fire on Kansas City. I got a quick question for you. Who the heck are they going to get then?
They're obviously
Sonny Styles,
Man-
Ruben Bain. I don't know.
Mansour Delane.
Interesting. All right, anyways, give me your Giants take. Here we go.
All right, the Giants finished 4-13 last year. Obviously, got rid of the coach. They're bringing in John Harbaugh. Great move. Tremaine Edmonds is coming in. That's their best overall addition. They're signing Isaiah Likely as a tight end. They got Darnell Mooney. Gabe loves Darnell Mooney very high. I bet you he wishes he was a Titan. They re-signed Jermaine Illuminor, who's the center. They signed Calvin Austin III. They brought in Patrick Ricard, fullback, from the Ravens, bringing him over. And they also signed Greg Newsome at corner. So they're trying to make moves. They're bringing in a little bit of the Ravens with John Harbaugh. So Edmonds is going to be a solid weapon to build around. That's why I figured they'd go Arvell Reese instead of Sonny Styles, because they've got somebody in the middle now. Now they can have more people coming off the edge, Kayvon Thibodeau. So,
Oh wow, the Chiefs pick is already in. Sorry, I'm gonna cut you off, but yeah, they're locked in. The Chiefs are locked.
So with Dexter Lawrence also being traded, you knew they had to shore up that line too and add another guy on the line. So this pick doesn't surprise me. I was leaning more towards Caleb Downs just because he's the kind of guy that John Harbaugh likes. But I also had him picking Carnell Tate if those are gone. So shout out to the Titans for taking Carnell Tate very early. My hot take for the Giants is they're going to lock themselves into the top 10 in defense next year. Top 10 defense next year. Hot take.
So,
Giants.
what do you think? What do you think about Isaiah Likely ranked as tight end 15 and Jackson Dart?
That's actually pretty intriguing.
I'm intrigued by that, by the way he had the tight ends rolling this year, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I mean, Theo Johnson came out of nowhere. If he can do that, if he can do with Isaiah Likely like what he did with Theo Johnson, then we may be talking, ceiling is the roof for Isaiah Likely.
All right. Well, here's the others. You got Jackson Dart QB7, Scatabo RB18, Malik Neighbors wide receiver 9. These are all their rankings in terms of fantasy next year PPR. And Darnell Mooney, put him in there especially for y'all, wide receiver 69.
Higher.
69.
About 100.
So the Chiefs traded
the Chiefs gave up the 9th pick, their 74th pick, and 148th pick to jump to 6.
Okay.
So
and they got let's see, and then Arvell Reese, A+ by the Giants there.
Oh, 100%.
A+
You
pick.
just got the second best player in the draft at 5 when a defense that needed it.
Yeah, his player comp, Will Anderson, pretty good.
Yeah,
he's pretty good at football.
Roll tide,
Tone setter, chest piece, explosiveness. Projected, he's a 90 grade out of 100 prospect ranking. He was a top 3 projected pick by a lot of experts, and the Giants got him at 5.
Well, I mean,
probably sniped the Chiefs, to be honest. The Chiefs probably traded up thinking they were going to get him.
Look at how Mike Renner is describing him. He says the Giants just became the scariest edge rushing group in the NFL, and it's not even close. Because it's going to be a true sprint to the quarterback. I mean, that's insane. That's
a good point.
You're talking about a defense instantly just turned around in a matter with 1 pick. So that's what makes the draft so special, man. Is you honestly have no idea what's going to happen. And I'm so glad we're live for this right now. I can't wait for who the Saints are going to pick next.
Dude, Andy Reid rocking the Hawaiian shirt right here.
Andy Reid, the GOAT.
Man, I'll tell you what.
The GOAT, Andy Reid.
Do you think the Commanders wish they had that one back and could trade up to get Jeremiah Love?
I think everybody wishes they could
What
have
do
a
you
piece
mean?
of Jeremiah Love, to be honest
Do
with
you
you.
think Washington wishes they would have traded up to get Jeremiah out of this situation?
The Kansas City Chiefs select Mansour Delane, defensive back,
Wow.
LSU.
I ball. I go
So
ball. 2 for 2.
so Britton, I had in my mock draft, I had them taking Mansour Delane with the
At
ninth
9?
pick. Yeah.
Yeah, I
So
did too.
I did too.
why did they trade? Why did they trade up for that? They must have thought the Browns were going to take him.
Yeah, they either thought no, I don't think it was the Browns. It was
The Saints would have been looking.
I think it would have been the Saints, and it would have been I think it was the Saints.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Yeah, I think it's the Saints because they need cornerback was number 2 on their need list. So I guess they wanted to jump up ahead of the Saints just to make sure they got him. Because you got to think if you're the Saints, you would want the hometown kid, LSU guy, coming in there with their need at cornerback. But
Well,
he's
actually,
off the
the
board.
Saints.
Well, break the.
The
Hold on,
Saints
hold on,
haven't
Cole,
picked
hold
a
on,
LSU
hold on.
player in a long time.
yeah, I know.
Break the
but-
break the Chiefs down for us, fantasy outlook, because that's a very popular team. So what do you
Yeah,
got?
absolutely. So, the Chiefs need a whole lot, right? They need an edge, they need a corner, they need an offensive tackle, probably they need a receiver. They went and got their corner because they lost what's his face? What's his name? Trent McDuffie.
Hold on, I got.
They traded
I got
him
somebody right
away.
here.
Pick is in. Well, they traded away McDuffie, so they're making up for that. Got a corner to fill that spot in that role. They didn't like if you look at who they signed, the biggest signing was Ken Walker III. The thing that makes me nervous a little bit about Ken Walker is that offensive line is not great, and who knows when Patrick Mahomes is coming back. But Ken Walker to me is it's a great sign if you have an established line, but I'm not so sure that he's a great fit at Kansas City. And I'm looking at the rankings right now. They have him at running back, finishing
13.
the season at running back 13.
Yeah,
Oh man, that's
I got him higher than that. I think Pat Mahomes. I think Pat Mahomes will be maybe back mid-season, if not earlier. What was it, Achilles or ACL? Which one was it? Was it ACL?
ACL. Yeah, ACL.
I think he'll be back for the relatively near the start of the season. I think.
Yeah. So I had them taking either an offensive tackle or a corner, and I went with corner in my mock draft. So I guess it worked out. They did trade up a little bit earlier to go get him, but I was just surprised they gave up picks. They don't have like a tremendous rollout of picks this year, so I kind of thought they would hang back and see if they could get him at 9. So they went all in. I don't know, Gabe. Do you have for me? If you look at the roster at Kansas City, it's just not impressive. Like they're gonna have to rely on Patrick Mahomes again to make these dudes relevant.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, they're in terms of defensively, Chris Jones is getting old, George Karlaftis, Nick Bolton's still there at middle linebacker. They definitely needed a corner. I mean, I'm looking at their corners right now, and it's like
Yeah,
it's
it's
Christmas.
bad.
It's Christmas out there.
Yeah,
The
it's
cornerback
bad.
position for the Chiefs, but fantasy-wise, Rasheed Rice, wide receiver 7. Pat Mahomes is at quarterback 14. If he plays the whole season, I think that's crazy. I mean, I think he finished way above
agree.
QB 14. Like that's a wild take. But Xavier Worthy, also wide receiver 51. No Hollywood Brown there now. I think that's way too low for Worthy as well. And Travis Kelce had a good season last year. They got him finishing at tight end 9 this year.
Tight end 9. I think he goes higher. I think he's
Tight
getting
end
old.
9.
Those legs are getting old. But I will say this: if you look at FanDuel's over/under for Kansas City, it's at 10.5. I would assume that means they think Patrick Mahomes is going to be back pretty early in the season.
Is it really 10.5?
10.5, yeah.
Dude, I could be setting some of these lines for Vegas. What did you say the Giants was earlier?
Giants is
6.
7.5.
I had 6.
All right, here we go.
And the league welcomed its newest member to the prestigious club 2 months ago, Super Bowl champion and 6-time All-Pro Bobby Wagner. Way to go,
My
Bobby.
cousin.
Way to go, Bobby.
On behalf of the Payton family and
Bobby.
nationwide, I encourage players drafted this week to make their community and the league a better place. You want to go for it, or you want me? With the 7th pick in the 2026 NFL Draft,
Receiver.
the Washington Commanders select Sonny Styles,
Sonny
linebacker,
Styles.
Ohio State.
Yeah, that'll be
I don't like
Sonny
it. I
Styles.
don't like it. I don't like it. I said it's a great pick. I take it back. I don't like it. I hate it actually for them.
You don't like it.
I don't like it. I hate it, man. I really do. I mean, it's a good pick for the caliber of player, but you've got one receiver out there that puts his life on the line every week and just tries his hardest to produce like in Terry McLaurin and nobody else on the outside. I mean, obviously, Sonny Styles freak at the combine. He's going to be a day one producer. Man,
Dang, dude.
give
Saints
Terry
are in
McLaurin some
already.
help. They're already in.
This draft,
Yeah, they're
they
already in.
are flying through this draft.
Yeah, this
like
is
they
the
are. These
fastest
teams are
I've
not
ever
waiting at
seen.
all. This is wild.
All right, guys. I'll go ahead and tell. Who had the breakdown for the? Gabe, you had the breakdown for the Commanders. Give us the breakdown on
Commanders.
them.
Yeah. So additions, you got Jerome Ford at the running back position, and also Rashad White, who's ranked at running back 37 in fantasy. Wide receivers, De'Ami Brown, Traylon Burks, Van Jefferson, and then a Tennessee Titan, Chiga Conquo, tight end 25 signed there. Picked up Laramie Tunsil. Pro Football Focus ranks him as a top 3 tackle. So protecting Jaden Daniels there. They definitely needed to shore up some stuff on the defensive side. Luke McCaffrey still there. Yeah, they need some help at the wide receiver position, I think, but
They
they
get that
obviously want to
second
make
round.
Terry McLaurin the featured guy. He's wide receiver 19 in fantasy, and Bill Krosky Merritt with Rashad White and Jerome Ford. It's like a timeshare there between those 3 guys. Don't like the fantasy outlook for the running backs in Washington, that's for sure. So next pick. So let's take a look at Sonny Styles player comp here for a second. If I can find it here, because I had it queued up for the Titans and some other teams, and they didn't take him. They got him as the window eraser, I guess, meaning he can jump really high, sideline to sideline range, tackling machine. They got his player comp as Tremaine Edmonds, but at 6'4", 250, I really think it's more Fred Warner. I mean, he's got potential to be one of the best linebackers in the NFL with sideline to sideline. That's why they like Fred Warner so much, because of his ability to stop the run and also guard tight ends. That's what makes him so versatile. So I honestly think Sonny Styles, as far as defensive prospects, may not be as effective as an edge rusher like Arvell Reese if he ends up being Will Anderson. But Sonny Styles, day one starter, and will be a starter in the NFL for a long time, I bet. Pretty
Yeah,
solid.
I agree. Saints are going with who?
I've got a feeling of impending doom, man. I really would love it for them to be Jordan Tyson or Mekhi Lemon, but it's going to be Reuben Bain Jr. or Caleb Downs. It's going to be one of those 2.
It's gonna be.
I hate it.
It's gonna be Reuben Bain.
Oh God, I hate it, man. I wish.
Hey, I will say this.
It would be a receiver.
I think you don't want to get like the Saints. Saints already have one beat up receiver. Jordan Tyson's a gamble. I love him. He's my favorite receiver on tape, but his injury history is pretty bad. I don't think the Saints need him and Olave right next to each
They
other.
gotta start addressing it, man, because you can't have Shepard and all those guys run out next year and do the same thing all over again with Tyler Shuck. And that's what I was kind of expecting with the momentum that Shuck's got. They're going to want to keep this fan base energized by picking a receiver to go with them and Olave.
Yeah.
And just hoping for the back. But there's really nobody on the back end that's at safety right now that we can depend on. So it's going to be probably Caleb Downs. And if it is Caleb Downs, then that's going to tell you that they're going to bring Cam Jordan back. But if they get Reuben Bain, then they're probably not going to bring Cam Jordan back. That would be my outlook on it.
It's gonna be interesting. Also, Sonny Styles reminds me of John Collins for the Clippers. Like they look like the facial features. That was a random thought of the day.
As a random thought.
Sorry, I was on mute. Honestly, I have no idea why I spent any time doing this mock draft
Making a mock.
because this thing has been absolutely shattered. Like I'm not even going back to it. Like I'm just gonna mark off a big X across the page. Like, that is, yeah. Okay, so Washington Commanders get a A grade according to CBS for that pick. I agree. I agree.
I agree.
I agree with A. They need help.
I think
They
it's a
need-
great pick.
Dude, they need
A for
help.
agree, but
They need help on defense, dude. Help. Like they need it.
A for agree, but D for disappointed because Terry McLaurin is gonna have to do it all again by himself next year.
Hey, there's some wide receiver free agents out there. Don't get it twisted. You got Jawan Jennings, Stephon Diggs,
Jawan
and your
Jennings.
favorite player, Debo Samuel, still out there.
I think Jawan Jennings will get signed after the weekend. If somebody doesn't get a receiver they were hoping for, Jawan Jennings will get signed pretty quickly, I would imagine.
All four of those guys, really, really bad locker room guys. To be honest,
Yeah.
that's why they're still out there. I think.
Are you saying that Stephon Diggs is not a positive presence in the locker room?
He might be positive for something else.
Jawan Jennings used a man's genitals as a punching bag at one point this season. Like I don't think he's the best guy to have out there leading a group of young receivers at the Commanders with Jaden Daniels. But that's just my opinion. What do I know? Stephon Diggs is out there with the purist on those boats, snorting the purist, and Tyreek
Pink.
Hill. He's got a YouTube channel, the purest pink, and then Debo Samuel he's 8 weeks in to a pregnancy.
Don't even get me started on Debo Samuel.
He'll probably be a Saints receiver next year.
That would be tragic.
Dude, that would be the most epic thing ever. Cole's been dogging Debo for 2 years. I would love for him to get signed by the Saints.
I rooted for LeBron James for 2 years. That was enough. Almost killed me.
All right, here, Cole. Tyler Shuck, quarterback 18, higher or lower?
Lower.
18.
Lower.
I'm gonna say lower, but it's gonna be like in the 20s. Well, no,
Out.
You mean?
the high 20, the
right.
high 20s, like 2021. Just 3 spots.
All right, hold on. Time out. Higher being higher than 18, right? Or are we going higher as in higher
Okay,
than...
yeah, yeah, I get what you're saying.
What are we... Somebody correct me so I make sure I correct myself as we move forward in this.
So when we say higher, we're talking about he's going to be 18 and above in the 20s, lower than 18,
Okay.
right?
Okay, cool.
Right,
He's
Gabe?
going to be lower than 18.
Yeah, lower than 18, yeah. All right, Roger's walking out. I'm curious to
I
hear
got
this
it
is.
right here.
I'm told is making his way
It's
to
Ruben
the stage
Bain.
right now to announce it with the 8th selection in this draft. The Browns will come behind them, having traded back with Kansas City a bit earlier. Then the Giants will make their second pick of the night. But here comes New Orleans and the commissioner, Roger Goodell, ready with the announcement.
Me too, bud. Just hang on 1 second.
Hey, this is going to be crash out number 2 of the night.
Cole,
Michael
mute your
already
mic.
knows.
Mute your mic.
With the 8th pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, the New Orleans Saints select Jordan Tyson,
Oh, man.
wide receiver, Arizona.
We're so back. We are so back. Dude, yes, yes. Mickey Loomis. I don't know what you've been doing these last 15 years, what crack you've been smoking. You've got off of it right at the right time. Woo!
You think so? You
Yes,
think that's
dude.
you like Jordan Tyson?
Dude, that's the best receiver in the draft.
I agree. If
Wow.
you watch the tape, Jordan Tyson is the best receiver in the draft. I don't even think it's close.
Player comp Jerry Judy, ankle breaker, high riser, ballerina footwork,
With
true
that
wide
being
receiver
said-
1 prospect.
I saw his
Oh.
comp as Christian Watson for the Green Bay Packers.
There's comps all over the place, I'm sure, but that's just the one I saw.
Dude, that's
Dude,
that's so needed.
watch
Man.
this film, dude.
That is so needed.
I'm watching
Let's
the
go over the
highlights.
Saints here. Let's go over the
I'm
Saints.
more worried about his ability. Go ahead, go ahead and give me the update on that. I'm just more worried about his ability to stay on the field. But yeah, give me the Tyson update.
All right. So the Saints last year were 6-11, which honestly was an all-around success, given the start. Off-season moves: they signed David Edwards from the Bills, solid offensive guard. They signed Travis Etienne Jr. from the Jaguars. They signed Peyton Ellis from the Falcons, and they signed Noah Fant. Those are the most impactful moves for the Saints. That's pretty motivating, given how lackluster the offense was last year until Tyler Shuck figured it out. Thankfully, David Edwards and Etienne are going to improve that rushing attack, which was 28th in the league in total rushing, and they had 9 total rushing touchdowns last year. Does anybody want to take a guess on how long their longest rush was?
20 yards.
The Saint.
Yes. No, that's not right.
Wow.
They're talking about Britain. What was the longest rush you think?
I'm gonna say 29 yards.
34 yards was their longest rush all year.
Wow.
Wow.
And you wonder how that's possible. I'll tell you how it's possible. Alvin Kamara is on his way out almost. And then your backup running back, I can't even remember his name, Audric Estime. I'm pretty sure Estime had the longest rush of the year last year. So honestly, we should have traded up and got Jeremiah Love. Anyway, major win for the Saints fan base for us because we finally We finally get to see somebody that's not an edge rusher that doesn't pan out or an offensive lineman. We finally have gotten past offensive lineman in the first round. Hot take: the New Orleans Saints win the NFC South next year.
All
Their
right.
over-under
All right. Well, here, let me give
is
you some.
6.5.
That's what I got exactly. I got 6.5 wins exactly.
All right. Let me give you some updates on their fantasy position. So you got Chris Olave, wide receiver 11. I think he's definitely going to be finished higher than that now with the addition of Jordan Tyson. I don't think he breaks the top 10. Alvin Kamara, running back 39. ETN, running back 20. With Cam Jordan on his way out, I'm kind of surprised that they went receiver, and with Cam Jordan getting as old as he is. I mean, Cam Jordan, respect for that guy for being there so long. I mean, he's a Saint for life, and I respect the hustle, especially considering how bad we've been the last couple of years. I say we, how bad you have been.
Yeah. The addition of Caden Ellis is also probably a sign of where they were going to go. But I also think they're going to bring back Cam Jordan to finish out his career.
Yep.
Cleveland's going to be an interesting pick right here. I'm thinking Mekhi Lemon.
Nah. Offensive tackle.
Cleveland, McKyle. Yeah, I think so. I'm going O-line. Protect Deshaun Watson.
Actually, yep, you're right. I take it back. I'm going to go Francis Muaga from Miami.
I'm going Spencer Fanu or Fanu, whatever.
I'm going
Fanu.
Caden Proctor right here, boys.
Got to keep Deshaun off the massage table. Got to get an O-lineman. Got to keep him off the training table. Got to keep him on the field.
God,
Keep him out of trouble. Got to keep him on his feet.
that is
I got
true.
Fanu. All right, Jordan Tyson. You said he was his player comp was, who did you say it was again, Cole?
I said Christian Watson's what I saw.
Christian Watson. Okay. I like the Jerry Jeudy comparison. Jerry Jeudy at Alabama, dude, he was shifty. Great route running, fast. Injury history, I think, too, is kind of where Jerry Jeudy comes in with. Maybe that's why they comped him to Jerry Jeudy. All right, the Browns are coming in. What do we got?
Yeah. It's got to be offensive lineman. They're the only team that had to re-sign every single position, basically.
In the 2026 NFL Draft, the Cleveland Browns select Spencer Fano. Tackle.
Wow.
Gave those ball spread. That's a very
No ball,
early
man.
pick. That's a very early pick for somebody that was not projected to go that high. Golly, man. Whew.
I have him as some of the. I have him listed pretty high for some of these offensive linemen. He's a unanimous All-American at Utah this past year, I think, according to what I saw. All right, look, his player comp. I guess Britton, you'll give us an update on on the Cleveland
Yeah, you
Browns,
go ahead.
right? Or
You go ahead.
or is it me? Am I
You go
giving the
ahead and do
update on the
player.
Cleveland Browns?
No, that's me. But you go ahead and do a player comp.
They got they got him listed as Bernard Rayman for the Colts, or Rahman, offensive tackle, but linebacker locator technician, elite mirror. I think he's more of a pass blocking tackle for the Browns now, but I like it. Unanimous All American. Like the pick. All right, go ahead. Give me some fantasy. Let me know some additions and some fantasy production to look forward to now with the protecting Deshaun Watson.
Yeah, so they had to completely retool the offensive line. They were one of the only teams that had to retool literally every single position on O line. They signed Zion Johnson at guard, who had the fifth worst block win rate. So that was a good signing there. Not at all. They had Titus Jones at tackle, not great statistically. Elton Jenkins O line, who's a Pro Bowler in 2022. He can play center or guard, so depending on what they need, they can shift him around. Tevin Jenkins at O line, potentially their right guard starter there. Outside of that, for skill positions, it was really just Jack Stoll at tight end to give a little depth behind Fannin with the departure of Njoku. So, not a whole lot of real excitement there. I kind of thought they would go running back and maybe our receiver, and they may go to receiver at their 24th pick here later in the first round. Because listen to these stats. Oh yeah, we just sure did. Francis. Wow, dude, that was so fast.
Oh my gosh, that's so fast.
Last year it was like a 4 hour shot. But all right, let me throw these stats out, then y'all go Giants real quick. Case for a receiver. I had them trading back in the first round to get a receiver because Fannin, as a rookie tight end, was their leading receiver at 731 yards. Jerry Jeudy, 602, and Isaiah Bond was third with 338 yards. They desperately need a receiver there, some sort of playmaker for these quarterbacks that are in shambles. So whatever fantasy position these receivers are listed out outside of Fannin, go higher because they're going to be terrible.
Oh, the Cowboys just traded up to 11, and they have 12.
So,
they had.
Britton, you gave an update on the. Somebody gave an update on the Giants already, so you can kind of labor on more if you want. With oh my gosh, dude, the Cowboys pick is already in. Yeah. This is insane.
Yeah,
the Cowboys went up to 11. Quick, did they have 12 too?
They had 12, traded. So they Dolphins went up to 11.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the Cowboys here trading up to 11. I would assume that means they're going to get. They got to be going to get Caleb Downs, right? There's no way Caleb Downs continues to fall, right?
I'm saying Ruben Bain right here.
Ruben Bain. Okay.
I'm saying Ruben
Bain. I'm going.
Gabe, what you got?
I'm going. I think I'm gonna go Caleb Downs. Yeah. The Ruben Bain wouldn't be back. Considering they lost Micah Parsons, finding a guy to replace Micah Parsons is probably on the top of Jerry Jones' list for how much crap he got for that.
Yeah, so, no doubt.
I guess that makes sense. But to only go up one spot, maybe they thought Miami was going to take him. Hometown guy. I mean, Miami was.
Well, they know Miami's just going to take best available because that roster's got more holes than Swiss cheese, boys.
Dude, I'll give you guys. Let me give you guys a Dolphins breakdown. I worked really hard on this one. Y'all are going to like it.
Yeah, we'll give it to you here after this pick. Cowboy. Who's got the Cowboys?
Gabe? I have the Cowboys later. Gabe, do you have the Cowboys right now? I think Britton. I think you have the Cowboys, don't you?
Sorry, you cut out. What did you say? You cut out.
Who has the Cowboys breakdown? Give it to us quick. Here,
I got it.
We already got the pick in.
Cowboys breakdown. They need a lot of help. There you go. No, really. So, biggest thing they got a safety, Jalen Thompson, 5-year starter at Arizona. They got a cornerback that started 39 games out of 61 for the Rams, Kobe Durant. And then they got an edge, Sam Williams, started 5 games last year but only had 1 sack. So, they definitely need an edge rusher. They also need a linebacker. I thought that they would be a candidate to trade up for Sonny Styles, but I guess they decided they were going to wait it out. So if I had to guess, I think they go safety here or edge. If you go edge, it's got to be Ruben Bain Jr., I would imagine.
Yeah, I to kind of piggyback off you because I had him too. They also traded
All right,
for
so
Rashawn. They all traded
let's
for
see,
Rashawn
you
Gary
got-
also.
They traded for who, Cole?
Oh, we were
Traded
Rashawn
for
Gary.
Rashawn
Yeah,
Gary
he.
also.
That's right. So for the Cowboys, Dak Prescott, QB 12, Javonte Williams, running back 15. After that 1 year prove it deal, he got himself another deal with the Cowboys. CeeDee Lamb, wide receiver 5. George Pickens, wide receiver 14. Jake
Hey, he
Ferguson.
just signed his. He signed his. What's the word?
Extension or franchise
No,
tag.
franchise tag. Thank you.
Yeah, Jake
They said
Ferguson,
he
tight
might
end
be on the
12.
move.
So Cowboys, not really many additions on the offensive side. They did
Yeah, not
take
many at all.
they took a lineman last year, I believe, a tackle from was it the Alabama guy? What was his name? Or it was a couple years ago. I'm forgetting right now. I'm looking at it though. Tyler Booker. They got
Yeah.
Tyler Booker, the guard, and they got Tyler Smith at left tackle, but not really much going on there for the. I think they're going to go defense for sure. I think they'll go Caleb Downs.
You think Cowboys are going Caleb Downs right here?
I think they're
Actually,
going-
yeah, I don't know. They got Quentin Williams. You forget
With
about
the
that.
addition
They
of
got
Jalen
Quentin.
Thompson, you think they're going to go Caleb Downs here?
Other
No, I
safeties,
think they go
Malik
Ruben
Hooker.
Bain.
Yeah, I think I'm with you. I think they go Ruben Bain. I think I'm with you. Ruben Bain.
Where do they
They
go?
don't need a receiver.
No, they don't
Thompson's
need a
going to be on the
receiver.
defensive side. So it's got to be Ruben Bain Jr. They definitely thought Ruben Bain was going to go to Miami. Gabe's right about the hometown thing. It's got to be Ruben Bain Jr., I would think.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
I
gotta
think
be.
Miami was going to go after him.
Tell you what,
Unless they
Jerry
Or,
Jones.
Jones.
or they thought Miami was going to go Caleb Downs. Who
I think
knows?
so.
We'll see. We'll
Yeah.
know who they think Miami was going to go for in a few minutes.
With how this draft's going, there's no telling. Could we go back to this?
There's no telling. There's no telling. That's the truth. Hey, Todd Simpson's going 21. I've never been more sure about it than I am right now. The way this draft's gone, I've never been more sure. That's wild.
I
All right,
don't
so
know.
let's go into what? They kind of about to make the pick or something.
No.
Okay. Do you want me to stay here with Randy?
Yeah.
Do you have the monitor?
Got panic.
And for those of you that
Yeah.
don't know, Britton Flowers' whole family has the stomach bug right now. And so it's very unfortunate for him. And our hearts are with him. We love him dearly. We support him through this process. In the meantime, we have to get better. We can't wait for him. We're gonna have to continue on without him.
He's battling. Is there any way we can mute Britton for now for a second?
I think we should be able to mute
We don't
him.
hear his personal matter.
Yes, we can mute him. Nope, there we go. We've got him muted.
Okay.
Before they started giving away government secrets, Gabe, you're gonna have to be the sound guy now for the pigs coming in.
All right. Can you hear this?
Ken, turn that hotel TV up to 10. Let's get this thing rolling.
Oh my gosh! It took Caleb Downs.
They
I
took
knew
Caleb
it.
Downs.
I knew it. Why you guys talked me out of it? I
They
was gonna
took
say they were
Caleb
gonna.
Downs.
Yes.
What a crazy pick. All right, Jerry, set tone. Don't
No,
know why you traded up for that. That was questionable.
I feel like I should take credit for that because you guys talked me out of Caleb Downs, and I was fully 100% taking. I was fully convinced they were taking Caleb Downs, but
Well, I don't understand that. I don't get it.
I do, man. Take the best player available. I mean,
Up,
Caleb
up,
Downs.
up. Wait a minute. That's Stone Cold's music. He might be back.
He's
Hey,
not
Hey,
that
I'm gonna text you guys. I gotta hop off real quick.
Okay. Caleb Downs, A+ grade according to CBS.
He's only got an A grade from what I'm looking at here, Chief. What the stream's looking at. Stream only gave him an A.
Oh, I said A. Did I say A plus? Sorry,
You
A
said
grade. A
A+.
grade. A grade. A grade.
They do
I mean,
need
with
help on the back end. You're absolutely right. And my Cowboys pick at the 20th was gonna be a cornerback. So they're definitely getting help on the back end here. To give you, I had the Cowboys. I can
pause.
give you a breakdown. I can give you a breakdown of the Cowboys real quick. They picked up Sean here. They signed Jalen Thompson. Britton already went over most of that. The Miami picks already in. I got to cover them too, so I'm gonna go kind of over this pretty quick. Not many signings. Not many signings that were expected. We're expecting a lot more on the defensive side. I was expecting a lot more defensive moves. Um, I'm expecting several defensive draft picks for them, so I think they got one more. So I had them picking. Like I said, I had them picking a defensive player. Important stats: they allowed the fifth most touchdowns. They were last in passing yards allowed. They allowed the second most rushing touchdowns. So this is a good pick. Caleb Downs can stop the run. So this is a good pick for them. I'm very shocked that Ruben Baines fell, but I don't think he's going to fall anymore. Actually, I take that back. It's the Dolphins. We'll go right into the Dolphins because I got this pick written down as well. Their offseason moves were Malik Willis, Tutu Atwell, Josh Uche, David Ajabo, Willie Gay, Jalen Tolbert. They lost Tyreek Hill, they lost Jalen Waddle, and they lost Tua. Now, if you were to describe this team as a train wreck, well then, buddy, they're 9-11. They're worse than a train wreck. This is going to be a
A train wreck is
catastrophic rebuild for these guys. Is going to be underway. There's going to be
a train wreck would be an improvement. A train wreck would be an improvement from where they're at right now.
Yeah. So their coaching changes. They got rid of Mike McDaniel. They got him out of there. Britain's look-alike. They got him out of there. They're going to need a whole new cultural reset here. So the only thing I can think of is to keep their fans interested and keep those season tickets going, they're going to have to pick a flashy pick. I really hope they pick a receiver like Mekhi Lemon. I really hope they pick a receiver that can keep those fans interested and give them something to watch and be excited about. Because Ruben Baines not going to do it with those arms. They're going to be very down if you pick Ruben Baines right here.
Mr. T-Rex. Let me go into the Dolphins a little bit in terms of a fantasy update. I mean, your best receiver there right now is Malik Washington, and I think he's ranked at like wide receiver 70. You got Achane, RB5, but Malik Willis, QB 21 projected. They're really, really expecting Malik Willis to be the guy, considering the fact that they have done really nothing at the wide receiver position in free agency to help him out, which I'm really surprised. Also, Greg Dulcich at tight end. I don't know. Darren Waller. It doesn't show Darren Waller on the roster anymore, so I'm assuming they got rid of Darren Waller or let him go, which that surprises me. I mean, Darren Waller was pretty solid for them last year.
Let me ask you, Malik Willis, do you think they're saying, this is your chance, bud, figure it out?
I feel so bad for Malik Willis, considering the fact that he was gifted the Titans franchise and it was at a really good spot in Green Bay. And now he's in Miami with no Tyreek Hill and no Jalen Waddle. R.I.P. Malik Willis. That's really unfortunate for him. All right, here's the pick. Can you hear the TV?
No. Turn it up.
Caden Proctor. Can you hear that now?
Caden Proctor. All right, Dolphins fans. Get ready. You're about to have an awful 2026.
Caden Proctor. I mean, they need help everywhere. It doesn't really surprise me. I mean, they need help in more than just one spot. So
yeah, I respect their GM. Their GM made the rational decision here. They're building them the inside out. They're not going straight into it. They're building from the inside out. I get it. The Saints did it before too. It's a rough time. We're gonna have 6 more years of these kind of picks. So just get used to it.
This makes me think that they're going to definitely get a receiver from the free agency pool: Jawan Jennings, Diggs, Debo, or Tyreek, something to help Malik Willis out. Or maybe they'll trade up. Or do they have another pick in the first round? I can't remember. Do they have a pick later that they might? Yeah, they do. They have the 30th pick. So they might end up sneaking a wide receiver in, maybe like an Omar Cooper. I mean,
Denzel Boston. It's gonna be Denzel Boston from Washington. That's who I think that's gonna be. I think
Denzel Boston. You think?
Caden Proctor, man. How about
Not.
that?
Well, we watched that guy a lot. I'd say I was impressed at some points, but his run blocking and like you always used to say his reach blocking where he had to move his feet to try and get the gaps, not very well. But I will say this pass blocking, fantastic. He was a really good pass blocker. Unless he
I like his
faced,
versatility.
uh,
I like it. He can move to
yeah,
guard. He'll be able to move to guard. Nick Saban kind of
I
gave a
don't know. He's
breakdown
too
on
big.
said,
I don't know if he's. I don't know.
well, Nick Saban gave a breakdown on the Pat McAfee show on Caden Proctor the other day and said, if you can get him in the building, he's fantastic. But once he gets out of the building, he puts on weight, he gets fat, and that's not good. I've witnessed Zion
That's
Williamson
not
before in
good.
basketball. Once
That's
Zion
not
Williamson
good.
leaves the building, he gains 20 pounds. And I love him to death. Love the guy as a player. But
Ooh.
that's not the kind of guys that means he's not taking football as seriously as he should. But Caden Proctor, he's got athleticism. You never know, man. He might lock in with all these millions of dollars. The Rams are on the clock, and the Rams' pick is already in.
The
So,
Rams pick is already in. So who do we think who the Rams taking at this spot? Who are the Rams taking?
I mean, there's, I mean, it's got to be Mekhi Lemon, right? He's the
I don't know.
Blitnikoff winner.
They need an offensive tackle in their needs, but they also need a wide receiver. They need a D lineman. They picked who's that guy they had last year? The defensive end who was really good. He was from Florida State, I think. Either way, I think you're right. I mean, it's going to be somebody on the offensive end. The word is that Devontae Adams is getting really close to retirement, and they're trying to find a replacement. And also, Puka Nacua is still on the Rams, but he's in rehab. So not really sure what's going on there. Really hoping he gets the stuff figured out before next fantasy football season. But I've had this pick kind of queued up in my mock draft of Kenyon Sadiq at the Rams, tight end, considering they have like Colby Parkinson, Tyler Higbee, Terrence Ferguson, some very 6'7" tight ends. I think Kenyon Sadiq, that's my pick for who he's not a receiver, but he might as well be considering he ran like a 4.3 in the
I like
40.
that.
And
I didn't think about Puka Nacua and Devontae Adams. It's not going to be Mekhi Lemon here. It's gonna have to be somebody else. But man,
no,
I
I've
know-
seen Mekhi Lemon had the shortest odds to be drafted by the Rams on the sports books. They were definitely thinking of Mekhi Lemon because of Devontae Adams getting old. But I'm just thinking Kenyon Sadiq because they really need a tight end. And his player comes Vernon Davis, speedy, rangy, pure athleticism, pure
Well, I mean,
athletic
it doesn't
tools.
get much better than Vernon Davis. I mean, maybe
No,
like
Vernon Davis was good.
in terms of receiving tight ends. But
Yeah, I'll give the after this pick goes through. After this pick goes through, I'll give the Rams update for.
I'll tell you what.
For
I
fantasy.
can pull this up. I can pull this up to where we can do the sound on my phone, and we'll roll with that. How does that sound? We're not playing any music or anything. We're just going and talking.
Yeah, that sounds good. Can run with the sound on there.
So, sorry everybody. My dog is a whiner. He's adorable though. We love him. All right, we can hear that.
So Britton had to hop off because Britton's having. Yeah, I can hear that. It made it turn a little bit louder, but got an emergency situation with Britton. His family is battling the stomach bug. Not a laughing matter though. He's got a 3-year-old and practically a newborn that they all have the stomach bug. So he's taking care of that right now, hoping to get him back on maybe a little bit later. But Caden Proctor, okay, Miami Dolphins A+ according to CBS for that pick.
Really? Wow.
I think any
That's-
pick they made was going to be an A+, considering how much they need on that team. So
That is surprising. A+ grade because he was projected to go in the 20s, starting with the Steelers. That also shout out to Alabama.
this
That
draft has
keeps
also
their
flown
streak.
by.
It has. This keeps their streak alive. This is the
Those
18th
keep their
consecutive year. This is the 18th consecutive year they've had somebody drafted in the first round. Not many schools can say that. In fact, I don't think any schools could say that. Besides Alabama,
So
it's
who are the Dolphins going to add at free agency at the wide receiver position between Jawan Jennings, Stephon Diggs, Debo, or Tyreek? Which one do they add?
Lord have mercy. I mean, you just had Tyreek Hill. Does it get any worse than that? Plot twist, it does. You go sign Stephon Diggs, and you find out how bad it can get.
Stephon Diggs loves Miami.
Stephon Diggs in Miami.
He'd love to be in Miami.
Stephon Diggs in Miami. You're talking about rebuild. Ooh, bad. Have to rebuild the city after that guy gets in
You
there.
get, you get Stephon Diggs in Miami. It's gonna be a party. It'll be a party on and off the field.
Yeah, it's gonna be Snoot, all kinds of stuff going on, craziness, all kinds of blow, and no telling, no telling.
He might increase the population down there by 10 or so newborns if he gets down in Miami. He's broke up with Cardi B. He's back on the market. I don't know what the equivalent of Magic City is in Miami, but you can catch him there.
Yeah, the Miami Dolphins, man, they should contribute to the Stephon Diggs Child Care Association.
It's a good day to be a baby mama at Miami. If Stephon Diggs comes there. How much money? They got money they're just giving out in Miami. I'll tell you, with the roster they have, they got plenty of funds to shuffle around. And Stephon Diggs will surely take it. I know he will. That's
All right,
crazy.
we
I mean,
got-
having Malik Washington. Let me check their roster one more time. I mean, have him. Pick is in. Pick is in. Put the pick
Pick is
up.
in. The pick is in. Goodell is not walking up to the stage yet.
Oh, it's not? Okay.
He's not walking
Ty
up.
Simpson. Bring Ty Simpson in. Jalen Tolbert. We talked about the Miami Dolphins receiver. Jalen Tolbert, Malik Washington, Tutu Atwell. Theo Weiss Jr. last year that wasn't a terrible pick for them. He's questionable, but he could maybe be all right. They're gonna have to at some point. They're gonna have to trade up, or they're gonna have to take a receiver at 30. I mean, this is absolutely disgusting what they have at the
Nasty
wide receiver
work.
position.
As
I
the
mean, this
kids
makes me
call it,
sick.
nasty work.
That makes me want to throw. All right, picks it.
All right, I don't have Goodell walking
That's
out
diabolical
yet, so
work.
I don't have. Don't announce it yet.
I'm a little bit ahead. I'm a little bit
Don't
ahead.
announce it.
With the 13th pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, the Los Angeles Rams select Ty Simpson,
Dude, wow.
Alabama.
Wow.
Wow.
What a pick, Ty Simpson.
Ty
Wow.
Simpson. What a relief for that guy, huh? I bet you he was terrified
Wow.
about not being picked. What a pick. That makes sense though. They're not really weak anywhere. The Rams aren't necessarily weak anywhere. That doesn't surprise me for that pick. I like it for them. That's Matthew Stafford's, he's getting up there. He's a little he's getting there.
Let me give the update. Let me give the update for the Rams here. So needs the offensive tackle, wide receiver, defensive lineman, linebacker, cornerback. They went with a cornerback, not a quarterback. But they ended up getting Ty Simpson. I mean, the plan's obviously clear. They're going to put him behind Matt Stafford, and hopefully he learns a lot, which I'm sure he will behind Matt Stafford. But immediately overtakes Stetson Bennett as the backup quarterback there. Roll Tide. Got a QB2. And then also, start in terms of fantasy, Matt Stafford, quarterback 13 ranked this year. Kyron Williams, running back 16. Blake Corum, running back 40. Puka is listed at wide receiver number 1 in fantasy. Devontae Adams, wide receiver 17. Terrence Ferguson, tight end 28. They actually have him listed higher than all the other tight ends on the Rams. Above Higbee and Parkinson, they got Ferguson ranked higher than those guys. Only real addition they had there was Ronnie Rivers and Tyler Higbee. They re-signed. No free agency signings on offense for the Rams in terms of fantasy. So nothing really there to write home about. But that Ty Simpson pick, that shocks me. I need to see the player comp for Ty Simpson real quick on
I really
CBS.
like the pick. I see what their vision is with that Ty Simpson pick. Their vision is have him sit behind Stafford for a couple years and learn from one of the best. No doubt in my mind. That's a very
All right, here's
exciting place for him to be.
Yeah. Here's your player comp for Ty Simpson. Derek Carr.
I saw that.
Escape artist, speed reader, zone beater. Graded at a 78 out of 100. So Ty Simpson, believe it or not, was battling a severe case of gastritis and a broken back towards the end of the football season last year when they were in the playoffs and also the SEC championships. So absolute warrior. I respect the fact that he played through those injuries. But I think it's a really good pick for the Rams, to be honest, considering Matthew Stafford may be on the way out, even though he just won the MVP. Great person to have a learning from Matthew Stafford, especially if you have Puka Nacua. Ty Simpson's probably elated to have gone to the Rams, considering all the potential places he could have gone in the draft.
Dude, the pressure
Steelers
that's off his back.
Steelers fans are
now.
punching.
Oh, dude,
Yeah.
that's a good point. You didn't even think about that.
Steelers
Dude, the
fans
Steelers.
punching air right now for sure.
You have to try and trade for somebody now or sign Aaron Rodgers. You got no choice.
Oh yeah, Aaron Rodgers is on the phone as we speak for sure.
With his
Has to be.
with his old coach, old Mike.
Yeah. So best available here. I mean, Ruben Bain's still on the board. They must not like T-Rex arms. They must have something against T-Rexes.
It's overthinking. There's no doubt. Surely he's got to go right here to Tampa Bay with how bad of they need rushers. But you never know, man. Those short arms, they'll get you every time.
So need for the Rams: defensive lineman, interior offensive lineman, wide receiver, linebacker, cornerback. This pick pretty much seems like it's written on the wall. It's going to be Ruben Bain. This has been one of the this has been one of the most shocking drafts I've ever seen in terms of who they've been picking. Like, this has been wild.
I love it.
Yeah, they're definitely go. Well, they did get Trey Hendrickson in free agency. They have one edge rusher. I wouldn't be surprised if they go Ruben Bain.
Yeah.
Pick is
I was
in.
not expecting.
Pick is in. Best available: Jamal McCoy, Arion Terrell, Concepcion. Yeah, they're gonna go Ruben Bain.
Man,
You want to hit the Ravens fantasy updates after they make the pick?
Yeah, I've got Ravens right here. This is my pick anyway. They finally got a starter.
He's walking out, I think.
I don't have him on there yet.
I think
on mine.
All right,
I
just
don't
be
have him on
watching.
mine yet.
He's making his
I'm
way
watching.
out.
All right, we'll pause here. We'll pause for station identification, as the radio says.
And now the Ravens will make their first of the night at number 14. And here indeed is Roger Goodell with the announcement for Baltimore.
With the 14th pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, the Baltimore Ravens select Olai Vavenga.
Oh my!
Guard.
Wow.
No, that's what they needed. That's who they needed.
That's who I got mocked on my mock draft. But man, how far does Ruben Bain slide?
He goes by Vega.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
I mean,
how far does he go?
Dude,
The
they turn
Bucs
this
take
in.
him?
They turn
Who's
this in
gonna
quick.
take him?
Gotta be the Bucs at this point, man. I mean, we talk about. They said Ty Simpson. They were about Ty Simpson sliding. Ruben Bain is on a downfall. Ruben Bain.
He's in an avalanche. He's in an avalanche right now. He's stuck in it and can't get out.
He is.
So
he is
So
definitely.
give me the Ravens fantasy football update. Players they added, what their ranks are and things.
Well, they didn't really add anybody that impressive. They signed Trey Hendrickson. They added Jalen Hawkins at safety. They added John Simpson at guard. There's not a ton of moves here. They must feel confident in what they got.
I got John Simpson, Pro Football Focus, 18th ranked guard in the NFL last year. Lamar Jackson, quarterback 4, Derrick Henry, running back 10, Zay Flowers, wide receiver 16, and Mark Andrews at tight end 11. I think Mark Andrews finishes higher than tight end 11 with Isaiah Likely no longer on the team, and no real true wide receiver behind Zay Flowers besides Rashad Bateman. I think is still there. DeAndre Hopkins is no longer there, so Mark Andrews immediately jumps into the wide receiver 2 role at tight end, and I think I like Mark Andrews a lot. I think he finishes top 10. I'm making that prediction. He finishes top 10
That's your hot
at the
take?
tight end position in fantasy next year.
That's
Not
your
really a hot
take.
take, but that's my pick. All right, I really need Britain to pronounce this pick.
Oliver Vega Ione.
Vega Ione A grade according to CBS. So yeah, it filled in one of their needs. They needed an offensive lineman. Huge for Lamar Jackson, pass protection, and
Huge for
also Derrick
Derek.
Henry. How long is Derrick Henry going to play? How long is Derrick Henry going to play? He's ranked
He's
just
one of
in the top
those,
10
man.
at running back 10.
He's one of those genetic specimens, dude. Like LeBron James, that could just they're just going to be able to play until their body just instantly just shuts down on them. You know, like he's got the build and the speed to play until he's, you know, upper 30s, which is a lot, which is very high for running backs in the NFL. So you talk about player comps. I mean, Derrick Henry's, you know, he's a basketball player, but I compare him to LeBron. You won't have another guy like him, I don't think. He's just a freak. So I think he's gonna be right in that range. I think he'll be in the single digits this year. I think he'll be higher with an improvement.
You'll think he'll be inside the top 10.
I think he'll be inside top 10.
I still can't get over the fact that the Titans picked Cardinal Tate. I can't get over the fact they picked Cardinal Tate at the 4th pick overall. I'm still pissed about that. Absolutely disgusted. When is Zay Flowers gonna break out? Oh,
We had a comment. Who
Mark
gave us a
Veazey.
comment
Shout out
here?
Mark Veazey.
Mark Veazey. Perfect game Veazey is what we call him around here. Perfect game Veazey. Perfect game Mark. He's a legend. We love perfect game Mark. Gabe just visited him in New York, home of the New York Jets that are actually on the clock. We're all going to be on the clock here soon.
Shout out perfect game VZ. Perfect
Guys,
game Mark VZ.
we don't have that many viewers in this, and that's perfectly fine. That's what we expected. But, man, the people that are in here, boy, do we love them. Boy, do we love them. We love them a lot. We already broke down the Jets earlier. Defensive moves. They've gone crazy on the defensive end. So they picked up David Bailey in the first round.
Mark is a Cowboys fan. Mark, if you're listening, you guys need a lot of help on the defensive end, and I think Caleb Downs was a great pick for you guys. But if you're listening, Mark, throw it in the chat. Does Javonte Williams finish higher or lower than the 15th ranked fantasy running back next year? RB 15, higher or lower? Does he finish inside the top 15 or outside the top 15?
I'll tell you what, man. It's going to be fun to watch Caleb Downs. They don't have any corners. Caleb Downs is going to backflap. Is going to look really cool next year when he's turned around chasing those receivers.
You're going to get to know his name. You're going to get to know that last name, Downs.
Yeah, you're going to know Caleb Downs by the time. He's going to be a household name. You're going to know the name on the back. It's going to be the first team to know the name on the back of the jersey, not the front.
Yeah, their corners are oof. Yeah, they the Dolphins do have, or the Dolphins, the Cowboys do have another pick, I think, in the first round. Let me see. They pick again 20th, so they're coming up.
Yep.
Next few picks. They'll probably take that Jermod McCoy guy out of Tennessee, even with his injury history.
So, wow. I mean, if you're Tampa Bay here, do you go Kenyon Sadiq?
I think Tampa's going to go Ruben Bain.
Ruben Bain? I definitely see
Yeah,
that.
I think they go Ruben Bain.
Kicks in. We're going to
Need
see.
some
I
help.
don't have to go walking up yet, though.
He's walking up on my screen. You're just a few minutes behind, but he's coming up. Yeah, they really need some help on the defensive end. Yeah, it's definitely Ruben Bain.
Definitely Ruben Bain, huh? Well, don't tell me yet, because I'm still behind and Goodell's not walking on the stage. All right, we got the chime. Here we go.
With the 15th pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers select Ruben Bain Jr.
I mean, was there ever a doubt? Was there ever a doubt?
Called it. Nailed it.
Jurassic Park is going to Tampa.
All right, Ruben Bain. Ruben Bain player comp. Melvin Ingram, kind of a strange player comp here. bowling ball, violent hands, Iron Man stamina, runner up in the national championship game to Indiana, correct? He almost won that game. Him and Akeem Mesdor terrorized some of those Indiana tackles. Projected to be like a I'd say top 10 pick, kind of fell a little bit later, but still I think a good pick for the Buccaneers. They need to shore up the defense. Let's go fantasy wise for the Buccaneers. The Jets pick is already in. It's insane. This is the fastest draft I've ever seen in my entire life. I mean, this is like a fantasy football draft where you have like a 1 minute clock. Buccaneers signed quarterback Jake Browning behind Baker Mayfield. One of the worst quarterbacks in the NFL last year when he got a chance to play behind Joe Burrow. I don't think that's a hot take. Bucky Irving with no Rashad White at running back 17. I think he blows that projection out of the water. Running back 17 with no Rashad White now in that offense. Also, Emeka Ibuka, wide receiver 30, ranked wide receiver 30 for Tampa with no Mike Evans. Chris Godwin's back, but Emeka Ibuka, I think he also smashes that wide receiver 30 rank and finishes inside the top 20, if not higher. Chris Godwin, wide receiver 34. He wide receiver 34 with his injury history. If he stays healthy, I think he could finish higher than wide receiver 34. But Emeka Ibuka last year, when he had a chance to play with Mike Evans hurt, was really, really good. And then you got a sneaky player, Jalen McMillan, at wide receiver 54 ranked. Cade Otton actually unranked at the tight end position. No real moves on the offensive line to note, but their offensive line has been it's been average, not a bad offensive line. But I think the biggest fantasy move this year was getting rid of Mike Evans and freeing up some volume for Emeka Ibuka, who showed he is clearly a wide receiver one if given the opportunity. So yeah, I like Bucky Irving and
With the
Emeka Ibuka this year to finish higher than they're projected.
with the Jets here,
Do what?
they've already picked their defensive player. Do you think they go offense here with Mekhi Lemon? They need a receiver. I think they do.
Yeah, they're gonna go Mekhi Lemon, I think. So who did we talk? We talked about the Jets already a little bit in terms of their acquisitions. They still have
Yeah.
Garrett Wilson and Adonai Mitchell, who they traded for last year. Traded a draft pick to get Adonai Mitchell. I could see them going Mekhi Lemon, but I could also see them getting an offensive lineman. I think they need some help there too.
I can't even check my mock draft anymore because it's all out of whack.
I'm not even looking at it. The mock draft has been torched. I might as well set it on fire. Yeah, they need an offensive lineman bad. Let's see what offensive lineman we got still on the board. Caleb Lemieux from Utah. That's who I think they're taking. Caleb Lemieux.
With this pick, I wasn't expecting Mekhi Lemon to still be there. I had Omar Cooper Jr. going here. So I'm definitely going to lean Mekhi Lemon here.
Mekhi Lemon. I got Caleb Lemon. I think they need offensive linemen, especially for Brees Hall and protect Geno Smith, who's getting old. But it also says they need defense. Let's see, best available on the defensive side. You got two corners, Avion Terrell and Jermod McCoy. I think you go with the safe pick. I think you take the offensive lineman. Can't go wrong with the offensive lineman in the first round.
Bouncing back to Ruben Bain here with the Buccaneers. I heard a lot of problems with him, or not with him, but with his body type. He's going to be dependent a lot on his physical ability and his build and his chest to try and get off of these guys and these offensive linemen. He's going to possibly struggle, and I think that's part of the reason why he slid so much. Obviously, because his arms are so short. We got Goodell coming to the podium now, I believe. Let's turn it up and let's see who Jets go with.
Oh, I like that.
NFL draft. The New York Jets select Kenyon Sadiq, tight end, Oregon.
I guess, yeah. I mean, why?
Hey. Read it and weep, son.
But why?
16th pick, I had it. I had Kenyon Sadiq in my actual mock draft because they have nobody. I mean, at tight end, they got Mason Taylor. I don't think they trust Mason Taylor a ton down in New York just based on last season. But he's instantly another weapon with Garrett Wilson. I like the pick. I like Kenyon Sadiq. B+ rated on CBS. That Vernon Davis type build, vertical threat We run a 4.3 at the combine. Was that right? 4.3.
Yeah, I think that's right. Sorry, we've got people coming in and out of the house right now. We're not prepared for a live stream, 3 hour long stream here. But
4.3. Track
yeah, I
speed,
mean,
linebacker, locator, rocked up running back. Pause. Rocked up running back is insane. 6th overall back in 2006 was Vernon Davis when he was drafted. Yeah, I like it. I like the player comp too compared to Vernon Davis. Great tight end. And now we got the Lions on the clock.
you're gonna have to carry us. You're gonna have to carry us for a minute.
All right, mute it. I think in terms of fantasy production now for the Jets, you've got Geno Smith at QB, Brees Hall, running back 14 ranked, Garrett Wilson, wide receiver 12. With the addition to Kenyon Sadiq, if he gets an opportunity for high volume, I could see Kenyon Sadiq breaking the top 15, being in that top 50% of tight ends this year in fantasy. Just due to the high volume, the Jets are going to lose a lot of games this year, which means they're going to be throwing the ball a lot. So, in terms of a dynasty draft, I definitely think Kenyon Sadiq is a good play in those two for the rookie draft this year. I like Kenny Sadiq. And now we're moving on to, let's see, the Lions. The Lions pick is in. Let's give a little
I'm going Monroe Freeling right here.
for the Lions. I've got the Lions taking an interior defensive lineman. Let's see, who did I have? Peter Woods from Clemson. That's who I've got. I'm taking. I got Peter Woods. And I'll give the update on the Lions as soon as I can find it. Once we get to the
I've got the update on the lines if you need it. I can try and rattle it off quick.
No, I can give the update. I got it for every team. So Mark said Jets.
This is why you're our ace. You're our ace in the hole, guy. You are our Chris Sale of this podcast. You keep on going and carry us to the finish line.
Mark is asking if he should break in to the Panthers facility. 1,000%,
Absolutely.
please break in and steal Bryce Young's jersey. Steal Bryce Young's jersey for us, please. Speaking of the Panthers, when are the Panthers picking? What pick did the Panthers have? Like 19 or so?
The Panthers coming in after the Vikings at 19.
19. The Detroit Lions, they need offensive tackle, interior offensive lineman, edge, defensive lineman, linebacker. So line of scrimmage is what the Lions need, either on the offensive side or on the defensive side. Could go out and get that left tackle from Utah, Caleb Lomu, or you could go sure up Peter Woods, defensive lineman, interior lineman, not an edge guy, but an interior lineman. But you could also get Monroe Freely, offensive tackle, like you said. Could do that.
Yeah, it
Potentially.
says Caleb Lomu.
I'm gonna need you to fix that dog, man. I'm gonna need you to get that dog sorted out.
Dog. It's we have house guests and the dog's fired up. I can't do anything about it, man. If I put him up in the cage, then I'm a bad pet owner. Then I get Peter called on me. It's just anyway. The Lions signed Isaiah Pacheco to replace Dave Montgomery. That's like, I don't know how the right way to describe that. That's like giving a turd for a gold nugget. Cade Mays signed as a center. Teddy Bridgewater got signed. Greg Dortch coming in. Rock Yassin and Peyton Turner are all big free agency additions here. Lions are already talented at several positions. They have a lot of signings that provide important depth. They could be a team that takes the best player available. That's what I have written down for their impact for the possible pick. They have a new offensive coordinator in Drew Petzing, and they have new passing game coaches. I have them taking an offensive lineman. My hot take is Jahmyr Gibbs is going to win Offensive Player of the Year because he's going to have so much.
Yeah, I was gonna say
pressure to perform.
I'm gonna say the volume for Jahmyr Gibbs will be insane. Do you think it's that they have him listed as running back 2? Do you think he finishes high? Do you think he finishes at running back 2, or do you think he goes running back 1 this year and overtakes Bijan Robinson? Jahmyr Gibbs without David Montgomery. He's going to be a volume machine. Pacheco, ranked running back 45. Does Pacheco even eat into his workload at all, or do they just go full on Gibbs? I mean, I feel like they have to go full on Gibbs.
It's gonna be full on Gibbs here. It's gonna be Gibbs' workload. I mean, Pacheco ain't the guy. I mean, he runs so slow to be looking like he's running so fast. But anyways, the pick is in for the Lions. Let's see who we got here.
Let's see who the Lions pick here. Goodell's on the stage. They got to make a wish.
is proud to be part of the global community of wish makers, taking action to support Make-A-Wish
They got you on the stage,
during
buddy.
World Wish Month. Tonight, you all have the opportunity to help grant an unforgettable wish. I'm joined here by Easton, a 14-year-old Lions fan whose wish is to announce the first-round draft pick for his favorite team.
What a terrible wish.
Here, let's come on, buddy. Let's see what we got.
I'd like to ask all of you to join me in cheering on Easton as he makes his wish come true. Take it away,
Congratulations,
Easton.
Easton. Here we go. Better be a good pick or else we're going to get blamed for this.
With the 17th pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, the Detroit Lions select Blake Miller, tackle, Clemson.
All right.
Blake Miller.
I
hit the Clemson part. I said Clemson. I said Peter Woods. I picked the wrong
Yeah,
guy.
we got an offensive lineman. We got an offensive lineman right. Honestly, that fits their. All right, Minnesota's pick's already in.
Are you kidding me? How have they already picked? That's insane.
They told those guys to have their picks ready to
Yeah,
go.
had to have them ready. All right, so Amon-Ra St. Brown, wide receiver 4, higher or lower this year for Amon-Ra? He's top 5 receiver. So you think
he's gonna be top 10, not
top 10? Top 10. All right, J-Mo, wide receiver 26. Where does J-Mo finish?
top 20.
Top 20, so he finishes inside. Or Sam Laporta, tight end 7. Where does he finish?
I'm gonna say higher.
And then Jared Goff. Jared Goff is at quarterback 20. Where does Jared Goff finish?
Higher, top 15.
Jared Goff, top 15. All right. Isaac Tesla is actually their wide receiver 3 now, so that's good. Penei Sewell, yeah, their offensive line's good. The Lions' problem has never been on offense. It's always been on defense. But they just shored up their offensive line in a really good way with that guy. So got Mark VC in the chat giving us his opinion. Appreciate it, Mark.
He's wearing you out about the Titans pick. He's wearing you out. I couldn't agree more. Could not agree more with perfect game VZ. This is why he threw a perfect game. He's throwing a perfect game in the
Guy knows
chat
ball.
right now.
Guy knows ball. All right, CBS. CBS is giving the Lions a C on that pick. CBS is.
Oh, Lord. They already announced the next pick. Caleb Banks from Florida.
Caleb Banks. Yeah, go Hogs, Mark. Go Hogs. Isaac Tesla. Wow, that's weird. I did not expect that. Caleb Banks off the top rope. All right, let me go.
If you're rooting for Arkansas fans to get picked, you probably should wait until the second to third, maybe the fourth round show.
No, he said Isaac Tesla. He said Isaac Tesla. He wasn't promoting it. Where's the Vikings? Oh, here Vikings. All right, here we go. Vikings. Kyler Murray. Probably one of the most interesting free agency signings in the this offseason, considering they have J.J. McCarthy and Carson Wentz. It's going to be a 3-quarterback battle there. They got Kyler Murray ranked as quarterback 17. I don't know where J.J. McCarthy's at. I didn't see him. He's probably outside the top 32. I think the idea there is that Kyler Murray beats out both those guys. And I think if Kyler Murray ends up starting with Justin Jefferson, I know that – oh, gosh. Also – Vikings just got a D for that. Vikings just got a D for that pick. Oh, look, almost an F. I mean, they were close. They were a couple ticks below getting an F. That's wild. Anyway, I think Kyler Murray, if he starts for the Vikings, gets above QB 17. I think he breaks top 15 this year. Aaron Jones, running back 28.
Hey, let me interrupt you real quick. Let me interrupt you real quick. The Eagles just traded up to 20 for the Cowboys spot.
Oh wow. They may go get Concepcion or Kyle Lemon, get a receiver to replace AJ Brown.
Yeah, they could do that. I think they're going to go after that safety. I can't remember his name.
A safety? They got Blankenship and
No, they
let
don't.
me finish.
They lost Blankenship.
Oh, okay. Let me finish giving the update for the Vikings. Jay Jetta at wide receiver 8 after the year he had last year. That surprised you at all that he's almost outside the top 10 for Justin Jefferson? It was like consensus number 1 overall pick.
He's outside the top 10 of fantasy receivers?
No, he's at wide receiver 8. He's almost outside the top 10. I mean,
Does that surprise me?
Yeah, does that surprise you that he's not even in the top 5?
It surprises me he's in the top 10 still after the year that just happened last year. But
surprises you?
He should not be unless with Kyler Murray he's going to do a lot better. But if it was JJ McCarthy still, he'd be lower. He would not be in the top 10, or he'd be in the top 10. But he
had one bad year. It's Justin Jefferson. He should always be inside the top 10 until he's like 40. Dude is amazing. I don't know. I think he finishes higher than wide receiver. Kyler Murray. I think he finishes higher than wide receiver 8 with Kyler Murray. I think so. But I mean, he didn't really do much with Marvin Harrison Jr. So we'll see. Coach.
You know, Kyler Murray and Marvin Harrison Jr. and Justin Jefferson, 2 very different talent realms right now.
Very true. Jordan Addison at wide receiver ranked 42 according to ESPN. I don't know. It's going to be interesting for Jordan Addison. Does he break the top 40 of wide receivers with Justin Jefferson and Kyler Murray? TJ Hockenson, tight end number 10 ranked. I don't know. He kind of let a lot of people down last year. All right, we got a question in the chat. What did we get for the trade? I will never draft Justin Jefferson again after last year.
Exactly. I did the same thing. I drafted Justin Jefferson, and my butt's still sore. It ain't from this chair I'm sitting in either.
So I assume Mark is asking about the Cowboys trade. Cole, could you look that Cowboys trade up? I guess it was the Miami one, the one they traded for the 11th or 12th pick.
I'll see if I can look it up without my computer catching
fire. And I will. I'll go into the Panthers in a second once they make the pick. I can update the chat on there. But the Panthers. Or I can do it. I can do it, Cole. I just realized that I have.
I'm looking. I don't see it right now. I don't know if the details are out yet.
Yeah, I don't think they've released the details yet. Sorry, Mark.
This says they're trading Cooper to Gene in exchange. Okay, no, that's not true. I was about to say, good lord, that'd be a wild trade. See if you can find it. They might say something here on that. I'm gonna check the chat. I can't see who chats. I can only see what the chat says, which is hilarious. No details yet. I'm assuming that's Mark Perfect Game VZ that said that.
Yeah. That's Mark VZ. No details yet. Pig is in for the Carolina Panthers. You got that?
Pig's in. We're going up. We're going live here. We're going live. We're doing it live. Here we go.
That trade with the Cowboys,
I think they take Dylan Thieneman.
The Panthers at 19.
That's
good pick, I think.
With the 19th pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, the Carolina Panthers select Monroe Freeling, tackle, Georgia.
I like that pick. For Bryce. He needs that. So, Panthers quarterback Kenny Pickett signed to back up Bryce Young. A.J. Dillon, John Mechie reunited with Bryce Young. David Moore, hey, remember this guy? Felipe Franks, tight end. Also signed Rasheed Walker, Pro Football Focus 17th ranked center in the league last year, and they drafted another offensive lineman and Monroe Freeling. Panthers might be sneaky. It might be a sneaky team in that division for you, Cole. They didn't make the playoffs last year. I don't know if you know that. They lost to the Rams, but they were a playoff team last year. So
they were. They're
gonna put you to the test.
I don't know. I think the Saints got them beat now. It depends. The Saints need a linebacker pretty bad, an interior linebacker pretty bad. But
All right, so
I like the
Rico,
I like
hold
the
on,
outlook
Rico
with the.
Dowdle. Go ahead. I was going to give you the fantasy update for the Panthers next year.
Oh no, you go ahead, man. You give us more of this fancy update on the Panthers here.
Oh, okay. So obviously Bryce Young's still there, quarterback 26 rank by ESPN. Chuba Hubbard, running back 21 with no Rico Dowdle there. Rico Dowdle is now, I think, at the Steelers, maybe. He's definitely not with the Panthers anymore. Jonathan Brooks recovering from a torn ACL.
We're going Eagles here.
Eagles already in?
We'll see how this one works out.
Yeah, I saw that one coming.
At number 20.
Please keep in mind that you are ahead of me.
20th pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, the Philadelphia Eagles.
No spoilers.
Makai Lemon,
Wow.
wide receiver, USC.
Yeah, it's a good pick for them. Good pick.
So the Philadelphia.
If you don't,
Let me finish
if you
the
don't think
Panthers.
if you don't think the NFL is not scripted, I can tell you that right now. They worked some kind of deal out. You trade AJ Brown, we're going to promise that you get Makai Lemon at 20th overall. Are you kidding me?
All right, let me finish the Panthers update real quick for fantasy. Does Ted McMillan finish higher or lower than wide receiver 15 next year?
Higher.
Cole? Higher?
Higher.
Outside the top 15. Jalen Coker, wide receiver 53. Like I said, reunited. John Mechie, Bryce Young. Does that revitalize his career? Only time will tell. All right, you want to give the Eagles update? Or you want me to hit the Eagles real quick? Cole?
Hit the Eagles. I got chaos going on again.
Oh God! All right, I got the Eagles. Let me hop on this train real quick. So Eagles just drafted wide receiver Makai Lemon. They've announced that AJ Brown will be traded before the month of June. Either June or July. He'll be traded before the summer's over to the New England Patriots. No details on what that trade will be yet at this point. They got bigger fish to fry, considering the fact that Mike Vrabel is out with reporters on the weekends at private adult-only resorts. So Patriots are not really worried about AJ Brown at this point. They're just trying to keep their head above water. But Eagles signed quarterback Andy Dalton to back up Jalen Hurts, Damian Pierce from the Houston Texans to back up Saquon Barkley. They also have Tank Bigsby there, so some good backups behind Saquon, but nobody's really overtaken Saquon Barkley. Marquise Brown, his value changes a lot now with that addition of Makai Lemon, Elijah Moore, Dontavian Wicks. That's weird too. They traded some picks for Dontavian Wicks. Unintentional bar there, rhyme. And tight end Grant got Dallas Goedert re-signed him. All right, so you got Jalen Hurts at QB5, ranked quarterback 5. I think that's probably right where he needs to be with his tush-push ability. This surprises me. Saquon Barkley is ranked at running back 8. I think he finishes higher than running back 8 next year. They did try to lighten his load in the regular season with the playoffs coming up and him just getting up there in age. But a running back 8's still pretty far down. You're talking about he's the eighth took running back in fantasy football drafts. Is kind of crazy to me considering how consistent he's been. Devontae Smith, wide receiver 18, with no AJ Brown once he gets traded, and Dallas Goedert at tight end 8, with AJ Brown being traded. Makai Lemon now in the mix there for targets. Dontavian Wicks. Just for general awareness, wide receiver AJ Brown is ranked 13th in fantasy football this year, and they haven't. I don't think that's based on whether he's at the Patriots or at the Eagles. But I think if he goes to the Patriots with Mike Vrabel, who they have a connection from their time at Tennessee, I think that could definitely increase his fantasy value there. With Drake May, who was a fantastic quarterback last year, runner-up for the MVP with Stephon Diggs and some mid receivers there. I think AJ Brown, instant top 10 wide receiver in fantasy if he gets to the Patriots before the summer's over. I got CBS is giving Makai Lemon an A grade for that pick. The Eagles are getting an A for that Makai Lemon pick. I think he's probably fringe wide receiver 2, wide receiver 3 next year in fantasy. I got a question in the chat. Does Makai Lemon have more receiving yards than Carnell Tate next season? Ooh.
Who asked that?
Ooh.
Who asked that?
I'm gonna say no. I'm going to say no because the Titans will be losing so much that they'll be passing a lot more than the Eagles will, especially with Jalen Hurts has been. Can you turn that sound off real quick on the? Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, I got it.
Can you turn the sound off on the TV? Sorry.
Yeah.
Makai Lemon, I think Carnell Tate finishes higher than Makai Lemon in fantasy as a wide receiver one with Cam Ward, especially considering the fact the Titans will be losing a lot more than the Eagles will next year, I think. And also Saquon Barkley, they're gonna try to get him involved for sure in the run game. Not really sure what the Eagles have done in terms on the offensive line this year, but they always have a good O line. I know the right tackle they have is getting Lane Johnson. He's getting old. There was thoughts that they would draft a or offensive tackle with that pick and not Makai Lemon. All right, Steelers are on the clock now. Who do you think the Steelers are?
They're waving their terrible towels. It's a perfect thing because I'm expecting them to be terrible next year. So get those towels ready.
Who are the Steelers? They need a quarterback. They take Carson Beck here. Who do they take? Carson Beck.
I'll tell you what, Trinidad Chambliss could have made a lot of money right here at this spot.
Oh, yeah,
And he
that's
blew
true.
that. He blew that opportunity.
I think the biggest loser is probably Dante Moore. Dante Moore at Oregon. He could have been a first round QB for sure. I don't know why he didn't come out. But
Ty Simpson would get picked right now. So
Steelers.
who's the best offensive
Steelers,
tackle available?
The Steelers literally have they have no quarterback. Like, none. They don't have a quarterback on the roster besides Mason Rudolph. I think that's it. They still have not signed AJ Brown. Aaron Rodgers.
We just got the text that we get every year at this time from our father, Dustin Wagner, about the Saints draft pick.
Oh, Mark Veazey said Taylor Green. Man, if they draft Taylor Green here, I'll take this jersey off and swing it above my head. I don't think there's any way he's taking Taylor Green right here. That would be crazy.
Taylor Green run the football to the receivers all the way down the field.
Also, holding my breath, they don't take Taylor Green, so I don't have to come through on that promise. I do not want to take my shirt off and wave it over my head. Please do not take Taylor Green. Now, I'll say this about the Steelers. They made one of the more important moves in the offseason by taking Michael Pittman away from the Colts. So if they do draft a quarterback here, I honestly couldn't be in a better spot with an organization like the Steelers and DK Metcalf and Michael Pittman.
Here that you feel good about. There's no quarterback you can draft right here. Garrett Nussmeier, maybe.
I think they take a DB. They're going to take a defensive back. It'll be a completely irrelevant fantasy move, but it'll be the correct move just to silence.
Let's see. Here we go. We got Jerome Bettis, the big bus coming out here.
Mark Veazey's killing it in the chat. He's cracking me up. Mark Veazey says Taylor Green, most talented loser.
I've seen several of those in my time with the New Orleans Saints.
Most talented loser. The bus.
The Bus Leadership Award recognizes high school football players who demonstrate leadership, character, and service, both on and off the field. Congratulations to each of you. We wish all of you the best as you continue your football journeys. The last time I introduced the Steelers' first-round pick, I was fortunate to introduce T.J.
Come on, man.
Watt.
Let's go. Let's get this going.
And
Come on, Bus. We don't need a lecture.
Pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, the Pittsburgh Steelers select Max Ihanachor, tackle, Arizona State.
All right.
Nice.
Don't hate it.
I've heard he's a project pick. I've heard he's only played football for a few years.
Especially if they're going to have to put Aaron Rodgers back. When Ty Simpson. Oh, I don't know if they need projects there. They need starters. They don't need projects. They need people that are going to play.
Got a he's only played football for a few years, but they say his physical profile is off the charts.
Wonder what his player comp is. I don't know if I'll be able to find it, but you want me to give an update on the Steelers wide receiver or the Steelers fantasy outlook for next season?
Yeah, I definitely should do it all the teams. I didn't anticipate one of us dropping a guy. Lord, do we miss him?
Oh, buddy, I am. I did. I anticipated this. I can carry it. I'm not worried about it. So, obviously, like we said, the Steelers have no quarterback. Mason Rudolph right now is in the running for QB1 in Pittsburgh, which is absolutely terrifying for anyone in Pittsburgh right now. I think Pittsburgh will be happy with this offensive lineman. Hopefully he can start. That guy's butt is on the screen. Wow, that dude is sagging right in front. That dude's pants are down. Wow. I'm sorry, distracted. Uh, Guy was hugging that offensive lineman draft pick with his underwear out. Anyway, Rico Dowdle, they signed him in the offseason to back up Jalen Warren. I'm not sure what Najee Harris is doing, but I assume he's Najee Harris is with the Chargers now. Check that. That's wrong. He's no longer with the Steelers.
This guy's not locked. He's not ready to carry. He's not ready to carry. He's not ready to carry. He's not ready to carry.
Jalen Warren ranked at running back 32 in fantasy football. You think Jalen Warren finishes higher or lower than 32nd?
Lower.
Jalen Warren lower.
Higher because if you are any lower, then you're a starter. You're pretty bad.
I don't like either of those guys in fantasy football, Rico Dowdle or Jalen Warren. They're both ranked within 1 point of each other in the rankings, 33 and 32. DK Metcalf, wide receiver 22. Michael Pittman, wide receiver 24. Pat Freiermuth, tight end 20. I think every pass catcher for the Steelers will be outside the top 25 at their respective position, unless they figure out some sort of quarterback there. I mean, they've got to, and I don't think Aaron Rodgers is the answer. Like, they're going to have to do something else. They're going to have to make a trade for somebody, potentially trade for Carson Wentz from the Vikings or a team that has multiple quarterbacks. But they'll probably just end up taking Aaron Rodgers for one more year and then going into a quarterback next year in the draft. If I imagine they won't. They'll probably just float the boat one more year with Aaron Rodgers.
Oh, we got the pick coming in. Here we go.
Chargers pick coming in. Chargers.
What do you got? Who are you thinking? I'm thinking offensive line.
I don't think these Roger Goodell's up yet. He's not on the stage.
Okay, never mind. No, Kuiper.
Yeah, who do you think the Chargers take here? So needs on their team: offensive lineman, defensive lineman, edge, linebacker, cornerback. Did they take Peter Woods, defensive lineman from Clemson?
I bought Chase Basantis from Texas A&M, an interior offensive lineman. I wouldn't mind a Caden McDonald pick here or Peter Woods. Let's see. Well, they keep. There we go. There's Goodell. All right, let me turn it back up.
Keep teasing the picks.
They keep saying pick is in, then they zoom back out.
With the 22nd pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, the Los Angeles Chargers select Akeem Mesidor.
Oh, wow. Edge rusher from Miami. He's already 25 years old.
Boy, he was terrific.
Yeah. Or 24 years old. Interesting pick.
Can you turn that sound off?
I'm turning it off right now.
All right. Chargers, fantasy outlook. Who you got for the Chargers? You got anything for me, or I can hit it? I got the Chargers.
You're going to have to run through a lot of these that I don't have. I can hit the Cowboys, but
go ahead. Hit the Cowboys. All right. So the Chargers re-signed Trey Lance to back up Justin Herbert. They got Keaton Mitchell from the Ravens, which is an interesting pick to back up Marion Hampton with Kamani Vidal. Trevor Penning, former New Orleans Saint. They signed Tyler Biadasz. He's the 13th ranked center last year by Pro Football Focus to shore up that offensive line for Justin Herbert. Returning players and also fantasy outlook for the Chargers with the free agency additions. You got Justin Herbert at quarterback 16. I think he finishes higher than that. Marion Hampton, running back 11. I think that's where he probably should be at running back 11, just outside the top 10. Even though they're going to have a run-heavy approach in Los Angeles, I think they still got some work to do on the offensive line there to get him in the top 10. Ladd McConkey, wide receiver 23. Interesting pick. Keenan Allen is a free agent. So does Ladd McConkey finish inside the top 20? I think it's possible. Quentin Johnson, wide receiver 47. And Oronde Gadsden at tight end 16. I think Oronde Gadsden's the sneakiest player for the Los Angeles Chargers this year at tight end 16. Tyler Conklin is no longer there. You've got Will Dissly at the Chargers, but he's not known as a vertical threat in terms of receiving, more of a blocker. I think Oronde Gadsden finishes way higher than tight end 16, and potentially top 10 there with Justin Herbert after the season he had last year. He kind of came on in the middle of the season, had a game with like 160 receiving yards last year for the Los Angeles Chargers. So I like him to finish higher than tight end 16 this year and sneak into he'd be a sneaky player late in fantasy drafts at tight end 16. Most likely if you have a league with 12 or more players you could get him. If you're at 12 or less, you're probably not reaching out for Rondé Gatson. You're going to have to look for him on the waiver wire most likely if you don't trust it. But 12 team or greater or higher leagues, I think Rondé Gatson is a sneaky pick to finish inside the top 10 next year in fantasy. Who's the next pick we got here? Is the next pick the Cowboys? Who's the next pick? Dallas? I definitely think
Chat
Dallas.
says we're going either Keldrick Falk here or Jamar McCoy. Who's in the chat? Who's in the chat making these comments? It's still Mark?
That's Boss Hog. That's Ryan Veazey. We got both Veazey brothers in the chat right now.
We have
Absolutely
the Veazey bros in the
legendary.
chat. Wow.
Congratulations, Ryan. I heard your wife is expecting. That's awesome. Excited for you.
right.
Yeah. No plans for kids here, but always looking forward to other guys having kids. Congratulations. That's great.
That's right. I think we've got the kids thing is probably going to be on delay for a little while for Gabe because of our other podcast host and what he's experienced in the last few weeks has definitely scared Gabe off. But
Britain's battling a bout of stomach bug between 4 people, him, his wife, and his 2 infant children. Not a laughing matter considering how bad they're panicking right now. They've got poop is flying across walls and everywhere else. It's not funny, but
it's a rough situation.
Sending prayers out to Britain, who's battling that right now. It's tough. It's tough. He's deep in it right now. He's up to his knees, for sure.
Definitely.
All right, who is? So you say Dallas is taking. You said Dallas is taking. Let's see.
Chat says McCoy or
Falk or McCoy.
That's what chat.
I'll go Kettrick. I'll go Kettrick Falk. I think they take Kettrick Falk. Yeah, I think they're
gonna go Jermod McCoy. I saw that coming from a mile away. I've got him. That's what I've got him picked at right here as well for this pick exactly for the Cowboys. So
Akeem Mesidor, B+ for the Chargers on that pick, according to CBS. Also, that offensive lineman for the Steelers, a B+ as well. Kai Lemon at A. Can't get over the fact that Vikings got a D. Are we going to get an F tonight? Do we get an F? Do we get an F grade?
We might get an F if the Cleveland Browns pick Casey Concepcion.
Okay. I feel like the only team that's actually has a GM or a staff bad enough to get an F is probably the Dolphins at pick 30. I could potentially see them like reaching out and just getting drafting a kicker at 30 and just popping up the F. Little V, Mark is still pumping up the Mike Washington train. This dude loves Mike Washington. Ryan says, "Quit talking about Taylor Green."
Mike Washington may be the guy to sneak in at 32 for the Seahawks.
Yeah, that's true. Mark, you're right. Mike Washington for the Seahawks with Charbonnet still battling the ACL. Hey, the Cowboys are picking. Turn it up.
I've got it. He's not on the stage yet. Here he comes.
Okay.
Second pick of this round, number 1.
With the 23rd pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, the Dallas Cowboys select Malachi Lawrence, defensive end.
Malachi Lawrence?
Central Florida.
Wow. That caught me off guard. So we got a DeMarcus Lawrence reskin for the Cowboys. DeMarcus Lawrence reskin.
Jerry's gonna do some kind of questionable moves at draft night. That's for sure.
Great.
I heard his name coming up a lot, and I was very surprised. I didn't think he'd get picked first round. I'm very surprised. And I'll tell you what, Jermod McCoy, there was rumors about his knee having degenerative issues similar to like what Todd Gurley used to have. I'm starting to think these rumors are true.
Malachi Lawrence, that's a crazy pick. I did not expect that one. There's some crazy. I think it's gonna get wild here in the next like 8 picks are gonna get crazy. So let's go through. So the Cowboys again, we already spoke on it. The franchise tag on George Pickens, no surprise there. They want to keep him there with CeeDee Lamb, and they also signed Javonte Williams. back to another deal. He's at running back 15. I think he finishes higher than running back 15 with that offensive line and that prolific offense in Dallas. So I think my favorite play there may be Jake Ferguson at tight end 12. He may finish inside the top 10. Hard to get targets there with George Pickens and CeeDee Lamb though, so maybe not. Maybe I don't think he'll finish inside the top 10, but I think Javonte Williams is probably the most valuable in terms of where you can draft him at for the Dallas Cowboys. I like Javonte Williams. And now we got the Cleveland Browns on the clock, who the pick is in. I've had Jermod McCoy picked for the Browns for the last few picks for them. They really need to stir up the secondary with Myles Garrett. So it won't be a really glamorous pick for fantasy football, but for real football, it'll be probably a fantastic pick. Got best available still, Jermod McCoy, the 6th overall prospect in the draft this year. Avion Terrell from Clemson, KC Concepcion, wide receiver. Caleb Lamu still for Utah, tackle out there, and Peter Woods and Amari Cooper, national championship wide receiver for the Indiana Hoosiers. Who do you think the Browns took right here?
Offensive tackle right here. Who did they pick with their
offensive tackle? The Browns? Didn't they pick?
I can't look back
they picked Spencer Fanu. They already got one.
Okay, they're going to go. Okay, so I'm thinking
go wide receiver. Could go they need a wide receiver bad. They're going to go.
They do. I think Omar Cooper's the rational pick.
They're going Concepcion. They're going KC Concepcion, I think.
That's who I have mocked. That's who I have mocked. So I wouldn't be mad at it because I'd finally be right for the first time in 15 picks. But Omar Cooper seems like he'd be the better receiver over Casey Concepcion. But you never know, man. You never know these days. That's what makes the draft so special. The Cowboys picks coming in at a C. I kind of agree with that.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think C is right where it needs to be. Mid, 6, 7.
I think Zion Young would have been a better pick than Malachi Lawrence Zion Young from Missouri would have been a better pick. But that's why I don't get paid the big bucks. That's why I'm sitting here analyzing the draft with the Taysom Hill jersey hanging up in my kitchen artwork. But
I know. I think they could have taken Jermod McCoy. I think that was either or Kettrick Falk. I mean that they could have got Falk, McCoy, or Zion Young, and instead they picked Malachi Lawrence, who just sounds like DeMarcus Lawrence.
Chat says Cowboys got down, so I'm fine.
That's true.
They've got downs. They have downs.
Mark says, why didn't the Cowboys just trade down again? That's a valid point. Why didn't they just trade down? Are you saying they would trade Caleb Downs? Is that what you're saying? You would trade Downs?
That's a bold pick. I mean, you pick Caleb Downs that low and trade him again, trade down again would be pretty wild. There's no way he's going to be there whenever later on in the draft. I wouldn't do it.
Trade Downs right now for the 25th pick. Go back to back. Draft McCoy. Maybe get somebody else from the Bears.
I'm a big trade down guy. If I was a GM and I had a high pick, I'd be trading down and getting as much as possible for those picks as I could. I'm a big trade down guy. Like I was a Saints, I would have traded down significantly and got Mekhi Living.
So, Cleveland Browns. We've already given an update on them for fantasy. Let's give another update here for the Cleveland Browns. All right, they did a revamp pretty much of their offensive line. They got Spencer Fanu he had an A+ grade. I think it's a great pick for them to show up the tackle because they end up signing the 15th ranked and the 12th ranked guard and rated by Pro Football Focus. So really good offensive line. Deshaun Watson will be battling out with Shadur Sanders for QB1 in the offseason with Dylan Gabriel also a little bit in the mix. But Deshaun Watson on last year of that $230 million deal. Browns picks in. So you may want to turn the sound on and be watching it. But they got Deshaun Watson ranked as quarterback 27. If he plays.
With the 24th pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, the Cleveland Browns select Casey Concepcion, wide receiver.
Nailed it.
Yep, we did. That's who I have mocked.
Nailed it.
Solid.
Nailed it. All right, so now fantasy-wise for the Cleveland Browns, now that they got Casey Concepcion, like I said, Deshaun Watson, quarterback 27. I think he finishes higher than that. Quinshon Judkins at QB 9 or running back 19. That seems a little high for
They
Quinshon
gave that
Judkins,
grade. They gave that grade an A+.
especially with that. Oh yeah, dude, definitely. I definitely think that's an A plus. They had Casey Concepcion like really high on a lot of draft boards as a sneaky wide receiver. Actually, I see some people saying they take him over Tyson. So yeah, I think that's a great at the end of the first round to get Concepcion. Also, let's say all right. So Jerry Judy is the only other receiver there with Cedric Tillman, Isaiah Bond, Casey Concepcion immediately wide receiver one for the Cleveland Browns. I think him and Jerry Judy will probably battle it out, but Jerry Judy's ranked at wide receiver 46. I think Concepcion, once the rookie rankings come out, the updated PPR rankings with rookies, I think Concepcion is going to push Judy way down, and I think he'll probably take over that wide receiver one role and be inside the top 40 for the Browns, especially if Deshaun Watson starts. I think he'll finish higher than wide receiver 40. And then Harold Fannin. Harold Fannon's probably the best football player for the Cleveland Browns with no Njoku now. Njoku's gone in free agency. Harold Fannin ranked at tight end number 6 in fantasy this year. Preseason rankings.
It says we got 3 guys.
Mark said to the
right
Titans. Mark said, did the Titans pick get an F? No, Mark, the Titans pick did not get an F. I know you're preying on our downfall. It actually got a B. It got a B, not an F.
The pick is in for the Bears.
So who do the Bears take here? Peter Woods. The Bears take Peter Woods at safety. Let's see. Or Jermod McCoy. Jermod McCoy, maybe? Jermod McCoy? I think I can see Jermod McCoy.
I think this pick I've got. Well, I had Akeem Mesidor going here. I've got Peter Woods. Give me Peter Woods here. That's what I got.
Peter Woods. I'm going Jermod McCoy. They need a corner or a safety, but I think Jermod McCoy was the 6th ranked prospect. In the overall draft was Jermod McCoy. Questions about his injury concern, though. Apparently there were some issues with his physical, they said, and that was what was causing him to fall a little bit later. But at pick 25, Jermod McCoy, I think.
Yeah, his knee. I told you his knees.
His knees. You don't need degenerative knees at corner. They'll be seeing that number in the last name too much on the broadcast. The one thing about a cornerback is you don't want to be on TV. That's the sign of a good corner is when you're not on TV.
I feel like the one thing you have to have. I feel like the one thing you have to have as a cornerback is good knees. You can't have bad knees.
Hot take. Breaking news. Corners need good knees.
Corners. You have to have your hips and your knees have to be in line. If they're not, if those knees are behind those hips behind those knees.
Hot take. Corners need good knees. Get them shredded cabbage knees. It looks like they show up on the X-ray and the MRIs, looking like mincemeat. That's not the corner you want. It sounds like.
You have to turn as a corner. You can't turn without your knee hurting. Bad news.
Yeah, it's not good.
So the Casey Concepcion trade actually that Casey Concepcion pick actually completes the Travis Hunter trade from last year. So
okay.
They got out of that deal. They got who did they get out of that? They got Judkins, Dylan Sampson, and somebody else that was picked before Judkins, Mason Graham. So they got Mason Graham, Quinshon Judkins, Dylan Sampson, and Casey Concepcion for Travis Hunter, who's now announced to be only playing mostly corner. So I think that's a win for the Browns. As many wrong moves as they've made in their past.
Mark's got a question in the chat. Who should I draft in my dynasty league to take down Boss Hog? I'm gonna say it's hard because Jeremiah Love at the Cardinals, I really don't understand. I have no idea why the Cardinals drafted Jeremiah Love, and neither does CBS. They gave him a C+. Jordan Tyson for the Saints, Cole? What do you think about Jordan Tyson for the Saints? Is that who Mark should get? Jordan Tyson?
Carnell Tate with the Titans.
Carnell Tate with the Titans?
I'm just kidding. No, Jeremiah Love is overall the best player in this draft. He's
You
the
think
most
so?
talented. He's the most gifted player in this draft, yes.
I like
He's gonna end up
Mark.
being the best.
Mark, I think KC Concepcion, to be honest. I know you hate the Aggies. KC Concepcion is who you should take, especially if Deshaun Watson starts. With that offensive line and Deshaun Watson coming back, I think so. I think KC. Late value, probably. Potential, high volume. KC Concepcion in Dynasty Leagues will be my take. All right. Bears pick is coming up. They made a few moves. They got Jedrick Wills, former Alabama offensive lineman there. No real moves on the offensive line since their offensive line was pretty good last year. They've had some pretty high picks. They did sign the 22nd ranked tackle according to Pro Football Focus and Braxton Jones and Case Keenum and wide receiver Khalif Raymond with the departure of DJ Moore to Buffalo, which we haven't really talked about. We will be talking about Buffalo coming up soon, especially with DJ Moore and what that move for them means. Oh, maybe not. Looks like we had a trade. Buffalo traded a pick to the Texans. So the Bears will make their pick, and then the Texans will pick at pick 26 from Buffalo. I wonder what'll be in that trade. Got Duke Furl. The Cardinals drafted Jay Love because they're grasping at straws to make Marvin Harrison Jr. not trash.
We got the Bears. Here we go.
With the 20.
Goodell, you good?
Goodell, you good?
In the
You good, Goodell?
2026 NFL Draft, the Chicago Bears select Dylan Thieneman, defensive back, Oregon.
Wow.
Not a bad pick. Not a bad pick. They needed a safety for the defense. They need a DB.
This guy, this safety, he plays with a good head on his shoulders. He's very high football IQ, sneaky athletic, good hips, heady player, deep safety with range. He had 8 picks on 11 pass breaks up his college career.
All right, let me go in on the Chicago Bears here real quick. So mute that draft audio for a second. Caleb Williams, he's ranked at quarterback 11 next year. DeAndre Swift, running back 23 with Kyle Monangai coming in at running back 35. Roma Dunze, I think, shoots up draft boards with the departure of DJ Moore. They got him ranked at wide receiver 29. That really surprises me. And Luther Burden at wide receiver 31. I think Luther Burden finishes higher than Roma Dunze in fantasy this year. That's my hot take. He's at wide receiver 31. I think he ends up having a better season than Roma Dunze. And I don't have – this is a pick that I needed to really have, though. I needed to see where Colston Loveland ranks on the tight end board here. Colston Loveland at tight end 4 for the Chicago Bears. So he's a top 5 tight end. May take a little bit away from Roma Dunze and Luther Burden. But Bears, playoff team last year, will probably be competitive, just shored up the defense. That helps them a lot. Now, the Buffalo Bills, like I said, the Buffalo Bills made a trade to the Houston Texans. So they need an offensive tackle, interior offensive lineman, or a defensive lineman. So they need line of scrimmage.
It's a real shame because I was ready to finally start giving my breakdown on the team and give you a break. And then the Bills traded down, so now I got to wait a couple more picks for I can give you a break.
Oh, yeah. Mark is big on Monangai. Mark, please give me why you think Monangai is – you know why? Because Mark used to spam Monangai in the EA College Football connected dynasty mode. He used to get that guy like 40 carries a game, and that's why he likes Monangai when he was coaching Rutgers. I was trying to figure out, I was like, why did this dude glazing Monangai? And that's why. I don't like DeAndre Swift or Monangai in terms. I hate split running backs. Like running back 23 and running back 35 are about where they should be taken. An injury there really helps one of those two. Oh, looks like the Texans pick is in. Cole, who do the Texans pick? Bears pick got a B+. That safety, Dylan Thieneman, B grade. Who do the Texans pick?
Caleb Lomu.
Caleb Lomu. Yeah, they don't need any help on defense, I feel like. Especially, what's the cornerback they got there that it was from LSU that was kind of passed around for a little bit, and then he ended up – what's the guy's name? You know what I'm talking about?
No, I don't.
Stingley. Derek Stingley. Yeah, they don't need a corner. Yeah, I think you're right. I think they go offensive. I think they go offensive lineman. Low move.
Their
That's
offensive
where I
line
get
was
there.
not great last year. C.J. Stroud was running around for his life for about 80% of the season.
Yeah. Try to find my Oh, here's my Texans. Here's my Texans notes. Couldn't find them.
Ladies and gentlemen, this Gabe guy, if we're going to talk about dedication and being the first overall pick, he's the first overall pick at tonight's fantasy draft stream because I've only got coverage on about 10, maybe about 12 teams. Gabe's got all 32. Now, you could also say, what does he do in his free time? That's a fair question, too.
with Britton having to drop off for his emergency situation, I knew this was probably going to be the case, especially with you and the dog situation you have going on. It's extremely unprofessional. Your situation you can 1,000% prevent. Britton is in an absolute panic situation. Like there's nothing he can really do. But I came prepared to carry this stream. First overall pick.
Oakley didn't give me any problems. There's no emergency situation going on with Oakley. He just yaps all the time.
No, I'm talking about Britton. I'm talking about Britton's in an emergency situation. Your situation is completely under your control. I think you could have said, "Oh, the pick's in. The pick's in."
With the Texans pick as they move.
Who the Texans pick here?
Here comes old Goody. Old Goody.
With the 26th pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, the Houston Texans select Keelan Rutledge, guard, Georgia Tech.
Yeah. All right, didn't have that one. That's a shock to me.
They call that a reach right there. They call that.
To be named first team All-American flew in consecutive.
They call that a reach.
Calvin Johnson.
Go ahead.
Houston Texans. Biggest addition, I think, in the free agency this year on the offensive side was David Montgomery, who they've got ranked at running back 27. Him and Woody Marks will be splitting carries there. I don't like either one of those running backs in terms of volume. Woody Marks really carried the weight for the Texans at the end of the season last year with Nick Chubb showing his age a little bit. Really sucks for Woody Marks dynasty owners. I don't know if anybody is a Woody Marks dynasty owner, but that trade for David Montgomery really stinks. They got Foster Moreau there. Dalton Schultz re-signed. They signed the 8th ranked guard by Pro Football Focus and Wyatt Teller, which is a really big pick, and then the 16th ranked tackle in Braden Smith. So really showed up the offensive line for C.J. Stroud, who's ranked quarterback 24 in fantasy next year. Nico Collins, he's just on the edge at wide receiver 10, according to ESPN. Tank Dell, if he comes back from that injury, wide receiver 52. And Jaden Higgins at wide receiver 62. And they got Dalton Schultz ranked outside the top 20 at tight end 23. So I think the offensive line was the biggest thing for the Texans, and they're going to lean on that, I'm sure, next year with David Montgomery and Woody Marks. Get more to a run-heavy approach. C.J. Stroud played terrible in the playoffs against the New England Patriots. I mean, absolutely awful. Threw 5 picks, fumbled the ball a few times, and I think that the writing was on the wall for C.J. Stroud, and that's why they went out and got Montgomery and some offensive linemen to try and take the ball out of his hands a little bit more this year, which sucks for Nico Collins at wide receiver 10. So I think he definitely finishes outside the top 10 this year with the David Montgomery addition and Woody Marks there. So two young, good running backs and a good offensive line. C.J. Stroud value goes down as well as Nico Collins next year.
They give that grade. They give that pick an A-.
A-. I mean, Georgia Tech, they ran the ball a lot last year. That guy wasn't on my radar, but then again, I'm not an expert, so I can only go off the best available. There seemed like there were some better offensive linemen out there. That dude must have been a sneaky pick to give it an A-. But they did need it also is just in terms of need. Those grades get placed on the needs, and they needed an interior offensive lineman. And I think Lomu is a tackle, so that may have been the best available interior offensive lineman.
Ladies and gentlemen, I've got great news to report here. Gabe doesn't have to cover the next 3 picks. He is finally going to be able to breathe. Now, that being said, he's not going to. He's going to cover the next 3 picks, whether I talk about them or not.
I'm on a roll.
Also,
you gonna take the reins from me? I'm feeling it.
I'm excited to talk about the Bills.
All right. So who do the Dolphins pick? Who do the Dolphins
Great
pick
question.
here? I think the Dolphins
Denzel
take Omar Cooper Jr.
Who? Yeah,
I'm
I
going
think
Omar
that's a
Cooper
good one.
Jr.
Yeah, that's a good one. I'd go that one too. Yeah, they're gonna have
Omar
to
Cooper
pick a
Jr.
receiver at some
for the
point.
Dolphins. Well,
They're
Denzel
gonna
Boston's a
have-
receiver too, but I like Omar Cooper. I think that's who they take.
Yeah, Omar Cooper's a better pick. I forgot he was still available.
National champ.
National champ.
They also need a corner. I mean, did they take Jermon McCoy? Did they take him?
If
Who was their
McCoy, if he falls into the second round at 42, the Saints will pick him.
No, dude, they gotta take Omar Cooper. Your best receiver cannot be Malik Washington. That is just diabolical work for Malik Willis. Malik Willis needs help. They gotta get a receiver. I don't care who it is. I don't care if you draft like Jeremy Bernard from Alabama. You gotta get a receiver. Somebody. Get this
I
guy
would
some
not
help.
do that. Much as I love Jeremy Bernard, I would not pick him right here. Man, that's you gotta pick a receiver. Yeah, like you said, have to pick a receiver because those fans, you're asking those fans to show up for 17 weeks in a season.
It's got all the makings of a Devon Achane sitting out if they suck towards the end of this year. So if you have Devon Achane this year in fantasy football drafts, you have to go out and get Jalen Wright or Ollie Gordon. I think they're both still there. You've got to get Devon Achane's backup this upcoming fantasy football season. With how bad the Dolphins are going to be, it would not shock me at all if he sits out with a minor injury this year. So yeah, Jalen Wright, Ollie Gordon, definitely got to get the handcuff for Devon Achane this year with how bad they're going to be. All right, the Dolphins pick is in. Who are they going to take? Let's see.
Selection at 27.
With the 27th pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, the Miami Dolphins select Chris Johnson, defensive back.
Oh, wow.
I actually had him going to Seattle at the end.
Kid stays in California,
mean,
grew up in Long Beach.
All right.
They needed
Over at San
a
Diego
corner, but I don't know. That's
God, those
Oh.
poor Dolphin fans, man. Golly, they're gonna have to watch Malik Washington all year.
Malik to Malik. The Malik to Malik connection is going to feed families in fantasy,
Lord,
I guess.
mercy me. Whew.
They're going to have to go
Poor
get Stephon. They're going to have to go get Stephon, baby mama, Diggs, or Debo. Somebody. Malik Willis can't be throwing to Malik Washington all year. They got to figure it out. Chris Johnson, not to be confused with the Chris Johnson that's at SMU, the running back. Different Chris Johnson, and not to be confused with Tennessee Titans legend Chris Johnson. This guy's a corner. I mean, hey, we'll see what. I'm curious what CBS grade they get here for. No, look, Duke of Hurl. I think that the Seahawks take Mike Washington. I think that's where he goes. The last pick of the first round, Mike Washington. Patriots. Wait, did the Patriots just trade? The Patriots just traded a pick, Cole.
No, the Patriots didn't trade. No,
I'm saying the Bills. The Bills traded the pick to the
They're all-
Patriots. What?
Oh, man, hold on.
Yeah, the Bills are not picking.
on.
The Patriots have traded
Oh,
the pick.
dang it!
You're not
dang
going to
it.
get the Bills tonight.
All right, bring it down. Bring it
The Bills aren't picking
down,
tonight.
Gabriel. Yeah, they are.
No, they're not. They just traded their pick.
They're picking tonight.
No, they're
not
not.
moving to 31.
No.
They're not moving to 31 in their place.
No, the Pats are keeping their 31st pick. Did Diana Rossini break that trade? Diana Rossini breaks in that trade. The Pats are picking. The Pats are picking. The Pats are picking. The Pats picking. He's talking.
In the Super Bowl a year ago,
I've turned it up.
their first selection of the night.
What in the world?
With the 28th pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, the New England Patriots select Caleb Lemieux, tackle, Utah.
Okay.
Good pick.
Yeah.
Good pick. Not glamorous, but a good pick. So, New
It's not
England
gonna.
Patriots.
It's not gonna.
Yeah, it's not gonna wow you. But it's a good
It's not. It's not gonna take Diana Rossini out of the headlines, but it's something to be comfortable with. You know?
So let's go with the Patriots additions here in fantasy. Let's talk about it. They added Romeo Doubs for the Green Bay Packers with a trade. He's ESPN wide receiver 40 ranked this year. They also added Elijah Vera Tucker, who's ranked the 10th guard according to Pro Football Focus. And now they just added Caleb Lomu, offensive tackle, along with that other lineman they got from LSU last year, who was a rookie with Drake May. So I think that's a fantastic pick for them to shore up the offensive line. Now, I don't know what this means for Travion Henderson and Ramondre Stevenson. Ramondre Stevenson is ranked as the 22nd running back according to ESPN, and Ramondre Stevenson is ranked at running back 30. Drake May at quarterback 3. That kind of surprises me. Quarterback 3 for Drake May. I don't know if he breaks top 3 with Lamar Jackson, Jaden Daniels, and Josh Allen and Pat Mahomes out there. I mean, top 3 is kind of crazy with really no true wide receiver 1. But if they get AJ Brown, there's potential there for him to break inside the top 5. But I definitely think he finishes outside of quarterback number 3. Hunter Henry at tight end 17, according to ESPN. Not really sure if he breaks the top 15. I think that's probably a good spot for Hunter Henry outside of 12-team leagues. He'll be a free agency waiver wire guy. Hunter Henry will. So that's not a glamorous pick for the Patriots, but it should help them a lot out on offense. And if they make that trade for AJ Brown this offseason in the summer and pair him with Romeo Doubs, I think Drake May will have a good season. I'd say top 6. I won't say top 3 though, like ESPN has him, but I give him top 3.
So we're moving on to the Chiefs. Their picks are already in.
Yeah.
Rick already gave us the Chiefs breakdown.
He kind of did, but I feel like giving a breakdown for people that may not have got it earlier. So I can give I can give the Chiefs.
I got the Chiefs. Chiefs are on my list. So the Chiefs added Justin Fields to back up Chris Olajuwon. Kenneth Walker III got signed. Amari DiMercado got signed. They re-signed Travis Kelce, and they re-signed Tyquan Thornton. They lost Hollywood Brown. They lost Isaiah Pacheco. They lost Jalen Watson, the corner, and they lost Trent McDuffie, the corner. They've already drafted Mansour Delane, which I think is a great pick for them. So with the addition of Kenneth Walker, basically Thanos just got another Infinity Stone. And Thanos is obviously Patrick Mahomes, not Chris Olajuwon. They need another receiver. Denzel Boston would be a good pick here. They do have Rashee Rice and Xavier Worthy, but add another.
They're going to go.
Here.
They're going Jermod McCoy.
So?
Either Jermod McCoy or Avion Terrell. Yeah, they're going cornerback. Yeah. I know for a fact they're going corner.
Their defense was 8th in passing yards allowed. They're 5th in passing touchdowns allowed, 12th in rushing touchdowns allowed, and 9th in rushing yards allowed. Their offense was 17th in total passing yards and 24th in total rushing yards. So they probably will go defense here since they lost McDuffie and they lost Jalen Watson. I've been receiver happy all night. I keep saying everybody needs to pick receivers, but it's just mostly because I was so shocked at Mekhi Lemon falling so far. But
good news, Cole. I got good news. The Bills did trade for the 31st pick.
I told you they did. You thought I was just making it up. Now I get to talk about them here after you talk about the 49ers. I get to round out the last 2 picks. With the Bills and the Seahawks.
Duke makes a good point in the chat. Casey's problem with O-line, until they get that fixed, is going to be rough sledding. Yeah, that's true. They need to fix that offensive line. I think Jawan Taylor, who their right tackle, who leads the league in holding penalties, is gone. So
Duke?
Definitely need to shore up that offensive line. But also they got to do defense. I don't know who Duke is, but I have some ideas.
Duke is a random guy.
I don't think he's maybe somebody I work with, but
okay.
Duke is no the VZ Bros. Mark only has one brother, and that's Ryan.
Oh, I got you. Duke, we appreciate you tuning in, man.
Yeah, Duke, what did you think about the Saints pick? What did you think about Jordan Tyson?
Is he a Saints guy?
I don't know. We're going to find out what he thinks about the Saints pick.
Dude. Oh, the Jets. The Jets just traded for another pick.
Wow. The Jets sneaking in.
Make a move. J-E-T-S. Jets. Oh, we got pick us in here for Kansas City Chiefs. Here we go. We turn it up.
Yeah, let's see the Chiefs pick.
They got the defensive back they desperately needed early in round one.
Garrett Nussmeier going to the Jets. Next pick.
Their second first-round pick.
Aaron Brady.
Chiefs picked Mansour Delane.
That's what I said.
The announcement.
Said that a minute ago. Wow, Lomu's tape
Yeah,
at
I
an
forgot about
A+.
that.
With the 29th pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, the Kansas City Chiefs select Peter Woods.
Wow, that's a good pick for them.
Clemson.
Yeah, that's a good pick.
Yeah, I like that. He was projected to be the best defensive tackle in the draft.
With his size and athleticism, he was first team.
Yeah.
All right. So the world is the Jets' oyster here.
The Jets will. Who the Jets take? I don't even know. I have no clue.
Let's go over who they picked. They got David Bailey.
David
Who
Bailey.
did they pick at 16?
Let's see. 16. 16, they took Kenyon Sadiq.
Okay. So now you have the opportunity to go corner here.
Yeah. Could go corner. I mean, we've been saying Jermon McCoy's name all night. We've missed that one like 4 times.
He was the most obvious draft slide of all time once I read about those knees. But yeah, defense is gonna be the pick here with Aaron Glenn. He's gonna have to have a good defense. That's his whole MO, his whole background.
Could go Emmanuel McNeil Warren, a dude from Toledo.
Toledo? Yeah.
Toledo.
Almost at Tulane. Avion Terrell's another guy I had mocked. Not to the Jets, though.
Hey, Duke just had to put a comment for you in the chat. Duke's got a comment for you.
He said he thought Jordan Tyson was fine at 8. The real question is, do Saints fans believe in Tyler Shough? Well, Duke, I got one comment for you. You getting shucked tonight? Saints fans are all the way in on Tyler Shough. They've full on taken. He's done his PR runs. He's gone to Louisiana events and rodeos and all kinds of different things, being advertised as the Saints quarterback. He's all the way. We're all the way sold on him. We believe. We are believers. They wouldn't have picked Jordan Tyson at 8 if they didn't believe in Tyler Shough. They would have picked Caleb Downs or somebody like that on defense. They wouldn't have picked a receiver if they didn't have a quarterback. So
yeah, they're going full on offensive assault at this point.
Let's see.
Right.
We got the Jets pick is in.
New York Jets pick is in. He's walking to the stage.
He's not walking on mine yet. Just give it a minute, or I'm a little behind you on the stream here. Please.
I have no at this point. I don't know who people are going to take.
At number 30.
With the 30th pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, the New York Jets select Omar
Cooper.
I had him mocked the Jets. The problem is, I had him mocked at 16.
I like it. I like that pick. Pair him with Garrett Wilson.
That's a steal at 30. At 30th pick in the draft, man. Really is.
Yeah.
4th ranked receiver.
So now Geno Smith has paired himself up with Garrett Wilson, Kenyon Sadiq, Adonai Mitchell, and Breece Hall. Jets offense, sneaky good. Sneaky good offense there.
They're climbing up. That's why I said the outlook's a lot better than it was last year. That's why I think they're going to get the eight wins. That was my hot take. and get to possibly 8 wins. They're getting a very solid defense. Man, Omar Cooper Jr. He's got the ability to really just. I don't even know how to describe this without having to say pause.
Suck in
these balls.
Suck in those balls, huh? Great hands.
When he gets his hands on balls.
Defense here: David Bailey, Tavondre Sweat, Mika Fitzpatrick, Jarvis Brownlee from the Titans, Demario Davis. Yeah, dude, Jets are sneaky. Jets aren't. I mean, they're not elite, but
Deshaun Wright.
The word I would use to describe the Jets next year will be dangerous, but not elite. They'll be sneaky. Mark says Garrett Wilson poop. LOL.
Yeah.
All right. The Bills are coming up. Are you going to run through the Bills?
Let's go through the Bills real quick here. I'll give you the Bills breakdown. All right. Off-season moves. They added DJ Moore. Not going to move the needle. They added Tara Johnson, the cornerback. They added Bradley Chubb, surprisingly. They added D. Alfred at corner. They added C.J. Gardner-Johnson. And you're thinking to yourself, why would you add those guys? Well, Bradley Chubb's going to give you some girth on the defensive line. C.J. Gardner-Johnson's going to help with the rushing attack.
Oh, hold on. The Tennessee Titans have traded for the Buffalo Bills pick.
You know who this is going to be? So you're going to hate it. You're going to hate it.
Who's it going to be?
Jadarian Price, running back, Notre Dame.
No chance. No, we got Tony Pollard. No chance. It's probably going to be the safety, Emmanuel McNeil Warren. That's my guess.
That's somebody else. In fact, I think I had a mock to the Panthers. Who's this? Who commented? I wasn't in the chat when the pick happened, but if he's got the tape, I want Gabe's take on the Titans draft room vibe when the pick was in.
The vibes in the room were low. I was not pleased with the Cardinal Tate pick. I mean, blow the whistle, 2 free throws. That's a reach by the Tennessee Titans. I think we could have got a really good, generational defensive player in Sonny Styles or Arvell Reese or somebody way better. Cardinal Tate's ceiling and his floor better be either he's going to be AJ Brown or he's going to be Randy Moss, because
we had a great laugh here about the Titans pick. Gabe couldn't stop talking about it for about 10 to 15 minutes.
Yeah, no, I was hurt. I was hurt deeply. That was not good. Wow. All right, so Titans here. The linebacker, yeah, they could have got Sonny Styles. It's funny, they need a linebacker.
You know who wouldn't be a bad pick right here?
Passed up on one.
You know who wouldn't be a bad pick right here? Jacob Rodriguez.
All right. Who?
Jacob Rodriguez.
Who is Jacob Rodriguez?
You don't know ball. Texas Tech linebacker.
No. Please don't. Please don't take Jacob Rodriguez. Please. Titans pick it in. Titans pick is in.
31, round 1 here in Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh, before the Titans pick, congratulations, you set a record for the first night of the draft. 320,000 people here.
Oh, wow.
Tonight. Congratulations, Pittsburgh.
Is Roger Goodell drunk?
That's what I was wondering, too. He's definitely got some slurring going on. What seems to be the officer problem.
With the 31st pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, the Tennessee Titans select Keldrick Falk.
Keldrick Falk. All right.
I'm in. I like it. I like it.
Who came to the draft.
I like that.
I would compare him to Cam Jordan. That would be my pro comp is Cam Jordan.
Let me see if I can find a pro comp for Keldrick Falk. I like that pick a lot, even though he's an Auburn guy. As much as I hate Auburn, I'll take it. If he can be a good player for us, I'll take it. I can't find his pro comp on here, but no, I mean, I like that pick. So Tennessee Titans have shored up the offensive side of the ball with Carnell Tate and some offensive linemen, that's for sure. But that's a big get for them. They have one of the best interior defensive lines with Jeff Simmons and John Franklin Myers from the Broncos. So to shore up a guy on the edge is huge, but we still have a huge gap at linebacker. So they must have a guy picked out later on in the draft this year that they like in the second or third round to draft at linebacker. But we only got one more pick left, Cole. So it's the Seattle Seahawks. Do you want me to touch on the Seahawks pause, or do you want to touch on the Seahawks?
I've got the Seahawks here. I'll go over the offseason moves. You can come in and fill in at the end.
Yeah.
All right. They got Rashid Shaheed back. They re-signed him. They extended Jackson Smith and Jigba. They signed Josh Jobe back. They lost Kobe Bryant, the safety. They lost Tariq Woolen. They lost Rodney Thomas the second. They lost Kenneth Walker the third. So the impact of losing Kenneth Walker the third is going to hurt, but Charbonnet is going to deserve the opportunity to get some carries as a running back one finally. Honestly, the Seahawks can go anywhere with this pick. They were top 10 on total rushing yards. They were ninth in total passing yards. They were in the middle with passing touchdowns. They were ninth in rushing touchdowns on offense. With the coaching changes, Clint Kubiak has actually gone to the Raiders. So Brian Fleury is coming in as the new OC, and Aiden Durrett is staying as defensive coordinator. My mock draft pick was Chris Johnson from San Diego State with this pick. So I don't really know who they're going to go with here. I haven't known who they're going to go with since Fernando Mendoza was picked first. We'll see. What do you like about Seattle that's coming up?
All right. So, I mean, in terms of wide receiver moves, I mean, they re-signed Shaheed, they got Kupp and JSN, but Sam Darnold ranked at QB 25 coming off that Super Bowl. It's kind of crazy to me. I feel like he'll probably finish better than QB 25 next year in fantasy. But biggest question mark for the Seattle Seahawks is who the heck is going to play running back, because Zach Charbonnet just tore his ACL and Kenneth Walker's out the door. So you got George Halani at running back 41, Charbonnet's at running back 36. If Charbonnet gets back and plays an entire season, I mean, he'll definitely finish higher than running back 36. I think that ranking is due to his not playing a full season, because if he plays a full season, he'll finish inside the top 20 at a minimum. JSN, wide receiver 3, I think that's a good spot for him. He's definitely a top 3 receiver. AJ Barner at tight end 26. They signed Josh Jones, who's the 26th ranked offensive lineman according to Pro Football Focus last year. So a starter in the NFL. Not a groundbreaker, but I mean, the Seahawks are Super Bowl champions for a reason. They don't have much to fix on either side of the ball. But I really like Zach Charbonnet to finish inside the top the top 20 if he's fully healthy and plays. Are we still live?
We're still live, yeah. Why?
I think the Titans think Carnell Tate is the next JSN.
Who said that?
Duke says he thinks he's the next JSN. I don't know about that, but all right. CBS gave Kendrick Falk a B+ for that pick. I think that's an A- at least. I think that's at least an A. It's kind of wild. You think it's a B+? You don't think it's A?
I think that's a good pick for 31. I think it's a good pick for 31. As permanent edge rusher, he was projected to be in the top 20s.
Yeah, he was projected about that spot, wasn't he? He was probably after 20 to 30, I guess. So
I think he has potential. He's, like you say, he's a good run stopper, big body. Didn't see as much production as I would have loved to have seen at Auburn. But if he has the potential, a lot of people at Auburn don't really meet their potential. It happens to the best of them. But
Seahawks pick
is in.
Last pick of the first round. I mean,
we're about done. We've been doing this for 2 hours and 53 minutes, ladies and gents. And Mark Veazey and all those guys have hung out through it all. And I hate that it's coming to an end. Let's do this again next week. Actually, let's do it again tomorrow.
Give me Mike Washington. Give me Mike Wash.
Throw Mike Washington right there. It's a Christmas miracle in April for Mark Veazey.
Give me Mike Washington.
One of the 2026 NFL Draft, We're proud to continue recognizing our long-standing partnership with Make-A-Wish this World Wish Month. I'm thrilled to be joined by Dylan, a huge fan of the Super Bowl champion Seattle Seahawks, who bravely battled a brain tumor and is now a 2-time cancer survivor.
Wow. Well, that dude's a legend. 2-time cancer survivor?
That looks like Palmer Starling.
This is a wish come true for Dylan.
I'm sorry he just did that to you, Palmer. I'm sorry he just roasted you like that. Sorry.
Dylan, when you're ready, stage is yours.
You can't tell me that dude doesn't look like Palmer from a distance.
What's going on, Pittsburgh?
Dude is lit. Dude is on fire right now. Dude is absolutely electric.
I'm so excited to be here to represent the 12s. Oh, and the reigning Super Bowl champions, Seattle.
Dude is turned up. Oh my gosh.
And with that, with the
2-time cancer survivor is nuts though. Good for him.
Draft, the Seattle Seahawks select Jadarian Price, Notre Dame running back.
Yeah, had him in my mock draft for that pick, but was hoping out for Mark.
Receiving and 2 of them on kick returns. A note, this
They just made the biggest mistake in franchise history, not picking Mike Wash.
Not picking Mike Washington.
Mike Wash is going to run all over those guys next year.
Yeah, sorry, Mark. I was hoping they'd at least get one Arkansas player on the board, but hey, they did beat us by 60. He said they beat him by 60. I mean, Jadarian Price, he might get some run in fantasy this year with Charbonnet coming back from his ACL. If George Holani doesn't get hit, so he's running back 2 there until he comes back.
I wonder when's the last time one team has had 2 running backs go in the first round.
That's a good question. Yeah, I don't know. I can't think of the last time it's that. That's a question for the chat or somebody Google. But it was a good first round. I'll have to wrap it up here.
Dude,
Get ready for round 2. That was awesome. First ever live draft stream for round 1.
Let's do it again tomorrow. Let's do round 2.
I don't know if I do. Round 1 was so hard. Pause. But I don't know if I can handle round 2. Pause.
Round 2. We'll come back for round 3. Round 4.
Let's look up one more thing. Let's chat GPT when the last time 2 running backs from the same team were taken in the first round, and then we'll get out of here.
Well, let's talk a little bit about who won the draft in your opinion after we looked that stat up.
Well, hold on. Running back. Last time 2 running backs from the same team were drafted in the first.
I'm gonna say 2000, early 2000s Miami. That's what I would say.
Cadillac Williams, Ronnie Brown.
Wow, Auburn. First ever.
Oh my God! Oh my God! The last time or the first time? Which one do we want? The last time?
I know what
the last.
I know what you're.
You know who it is?
Arkansas. Darren McFadden and Felix Jones.
Yeah, Darren McFadden and Felix Jones, the Arkansas Razorbacks. Shout out to the Razorback boys, Mark and Ryan. Last time 2 running backs were drafted in the first round of the NFL draft. Wow, I think we have to end it there. But let's get.
Who do you think overall won the first round of the draft? I'd say the Jets.
Oof. I mean, I think the Browns. Honestly, I think the Browns. Getting Spencer Fanu at left tackle, getting KC Concepcion. I think those are 2 really good picks. You got Quinshon Judkins there going into his second year. Also, just stirred up the offensive line with Deshaun Watson coming back. And they made the Browns made a lot of moves in the offseason to get their offensive line solidified. So I think the Cleveland Browns won this draft, in my opinion. Crazy to say. Crazy thing to say.
If you're in the chat, who made the comment that I have to pretend Tyler Shuck's going to win the Super Bowl?
Wait, what? He said what? I don't know who that is, dude. I don't know.
It's a random guy.
I don't know who that is. I have no idea. I don't know
who
who
commented?
his name doesn't give me any. Oh, Duke, the Duke of Hurl. Duke of Hurl said that.
Duke. Oh, Duke said that. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Duke.
All right.
I've only
Anybody?
seen one Super Bowl. I'm not going to assume college chess. We're trying to get back to mediocrity. We're trying to get 8 wins, not a Super Bowl guy. It's all about the build-up.
Anybody still watching? Give me who you think won the draft. Who your pick is to who won the draft this year? We only got 3 people in here, so it should be pretty easy. Who won the draft in your opinion?
I'm pretty sure Gabe is one of the guys watching, so we really got 2 people in here. Mark's gonna say the Cowboys.
Yeah, Mark's gonna say the Cowboys for sure. He's definitely gonna say the Cowboys won the draft. Titans did not. Titans did not win the draft. Jets were solid. I'll get the Jets that. The Vikings were definitely the biggest loser with their D grade. They had 1 pick and it was a D. So Vikings, Vic Moten, you guys suck, unfortunately.
That was all.
Biggest loser, the Minnesota Vikings. That Jets pick though, first overall was the C-. I don't know. All right, Duke says the Giants reluctantly. Okay, the Giants got Arvell Reese, yes, and Francis Muagu, good offensive lineman. Yeah, I agree with that. I agree with the Giants. All right, Mark, are you listening? Please, Mark, if you're here, whoever else is in here, one more time, who is your winner of the draft and who is your biggest loser? The Vikings were 1,000% the biggest loser, in my opinion. And it's not even really close. I mean, the Cowboys are on the verge of being losers on this thing. I guess Caleb Downs got an A. That was a good pick.
I'm going to have to order Jordan Tyson gear. Yeah.
Looks like Mark or whoever's in here. Mark says Raiders. Titans' biggest loser.
Jesus.
No, they're more 6-7. I don't want to say they're the biggest loser. They're not the biggest loser, but all right, guys. Hey, appreciate all the people that tuned in, but we gotta hop off.
That was awesome, man. That was fantastic, guys.
Britton, love you. Praying for you and your family. Hope your kids get better. Battle that stomach bug. I know that's tough, but we're praying for you, bud. All right, signing off.
See y'all later.